Unravel the mystery of a soul society outcast, whose return signals a storm brewing in the realms of the living and the afterlife. Unveil the mysteries of the afterlife with us. Hit that subscribe button for a chilling chronicle of Ichigo's world, where the line between the living and the dead blurs, and every shadow hides a soul's scream. Thank you very much for your subscription and likes. You can express your opinions in the comment area. Episode 1. The story you're about to read is of a soul reaper banished from the soul society and forced to wander the world of the living. This all happened 1,000 years before Ichigo Kurosaki became a substitute soul reaper. After the battle against Jinjo, things started to calm down. Ichigo and his friends moved on with their life. After they all finished school, they all went their own way in pursuit of their dreams. Orheim is training to become a doctor, since she always liked helping the people in need. Chad returned to Mexico to help kids just as his grandfather did for him. Yuryu decided to travel the world seeking out knowledge of the Quincy, but also to improve his own abilities. Ichigo helps out at his family's clinic, but most of the time he is away protecting souls from hollows. As for Rukia, she returned to the Soul Society to support her captain as the world of the living became quiet of hollows. So this is Karakura Town. You're doing well, Ichigo Kurosaki, but the true battle is still to come. As the mystery person vanished, we soon see Ichigo walking home from the shop with food as he feels a strange presence, but once her looks nothing but a clear sky before entering the house, which was actually empty. Ichigo, Yuzu and Karen must have gone out, but it's strange for Dad to go out without leaving a note. As Ichigo was deep in thought, a sense of danger came over him as he looks back and sees a shadow with red eyes going in for an attack, but he avoids it and quickly switched to his Shinigami form. Ichigo, who are you? Ichigo got no answer as Hit lunged forward. He goes to slice it with Zangetsu, but it passed right through, forcing him to dodge as it goes into the wall. Ichigo, what is this thing? It doesn't seem to be a hollow, so what is it? As Ichigo was watching for it, the shadow pounced out the floor and slashed Ichigo's back as Ichigo was forced against the wall as the shadow holds him there and looks to kill. Gotetsu. The shadow was soon sliced in half and fades as a mystery person stood before Ichigo holding a Zanpakuto, meaning they were a soul reaper, as the person starts looking at Ichigo. Ichigo, thanks, I'm Ichigo Kurosaki, substitute soul reaper. I know who you are and I have to say you're weaker than I expected, but then again that was new to you, so I guess I could let it slide. Ichigo, what you say? I am not weak. Besides, who are you? My name is not important. What is important is the fact you need to improve for an upcoming battle, and trust me, these are creatures you have never faced before. As the person and Ichigo stood there, the same feeling came from outside as they both ran outside and see a larger shadow sucking the soul out of a living person, but before Ichigo could react, the shadow began to change as it took on a new form. Ah, that's better, now I'm free. The creature sees Ichigo and the mystery person as it turns to face them, and it was no hollow. Ichigo, what the hell is that? Mizaru, I'm Mizaru, a demon, and you're both Soul Reaper. My luck is perfect, now I can feed on Soul Reapers. So one finally got through. How troublesome, now more will get through. Ichigo, hold, you know about them? Mizaru, of course he does, after he has been slaying my kind for last 1,000 years, but today he dies and so will you. As the demon prepares his attack, the mystery man steps forward holding Zanpakuto, which was in its sheath, before walking past him, and stops as the air became silent. You just awaked and now you're dead, Mizaru, huh? Single draw slash. As mystery man said that, Mizaru soon found himself cut into pieces, but what stunned Ichigo was not how easy Mizaru was defeated, but the fact to Ichigo it was as if the mystery man never drew his Zanpakuto, meaning he was so quick not even Ichigo could see it as Mizaru turns to ash. Ichigo, how did you do that? That was a simple attack, even a young one like you could have blocked it if you could see it. As the mystery man prepares to leave, someone caught his attention as he and Ichigo looked to see Kasuke looking serious as he looked at the mystery man. Kasuke, I thought it was you, but tell me, why have you returned now? I never left, but let me give you some advice. Think, is it worth getting killed? Kasuke knew what he was talking about because Kasuke was about to summon his Zanpakuto before backing down as the mystery man vanished, leaving Ichigo and Kasuke. Ichigo, who was that guy? Kasuke, someone who might just shake things up around here very soon. As they returned things to normal, Ichigo went over to Urahara's shop seeking answers as he sat with Kasuke, who explains. Kasuke, you see, Ichigo, what I'm about to tell you is only to be known by those of lieutenant and captain level, but a long time ago a soul reaper was banished to the world of the living and his name is FNL, and the man you just saw. Ichigo, why was he banished? Kisuk, that I cannot say at the present time, but what I can tell you is the creature you saw was a demon, but it was what is known as a newborn. They are demons which have only just got into our world, but they have ranks. Ichigo, what are they? Kisuk, the lowest level demons are called newborn. Then you have the next level demon. They are demons who have been around for longer in our world. Third is demon lord. They are normally low in number because it requires a demon to have consumed around 100 souls. But the final level is the one to fear. They are called devil. These demons have power to match even a captain. Ichigo, if they are this dangerous, why is it the Soul Society hasn't done anything? Kisuk, they did try, but after a demon reaches devil rank they become immortal as far as we know, so the Soul Society placed a special seal on their world to prevent them crossing into ours. But it seems the seal has weakened and some are slipping through. At the moment they have no physical form unless they consume a soul, but once the seal break they won't need to consume souls for their physical body, they will just cross over. Ichigo, so what now? Now we proper to fight these demons. Ichigo hears a female voice and sees Rukia standing behind him as more people walk in, and it was Chad, Yuryu and Orihime as they all catch up. Episode 2. Ichigo and his friends sat at Urahara's shop trying to come up with a plan, but Ichigo explained how his attacks did nothing. But then something was noticed as Yuryu, Ichigo, you said nothing hurt the demon when it was like a shadow, and yet FN was able to destroy it. Why? Ichigo beats me, but it's strange when I watched him kill that newborn, as Kisuk put it, I saw sorrow in his eyes. Orihime, maybe he wants peace. Chad, I don't think that's it. Orihime, maybe he had to take the life of someone and it brought back that memory. Yuryu, whatever the case, he is strong but also dangerous. We should keep our distance until we know more about him. As Yuryu finished, a strong spiritual pressure caught them all off guard as they rush out and see the sky crack as 3 lights shoot out and land in front of them to reveal demons, but they look stronger than the newborn from earlier. So this is the world of the living, not changed much in the last 1,000 years. You're telling me look at them, not a care in the world. Ichigo, hey, are you 3 demons? Huh, so there are humans that are able to see us, don't you agree, Rushi? Rushi, I agree, Mushi, but maybe our little brother wants to have the first go. What you say, Bushi? Bushi rushed at Ichigo and tackles him to the ground before taking a bite out of his shoulder, causing Ichigo to scream before Chad pulls him off and tossed him as Orihime goes to heal Ichigo. However, it has no effect. Orihime, it won't heal. Yuryu, maybe wounds caused by a demon can't be healed like normal wounds. Ichigo, can you still fight? Ichigo, yeah. Rushi and Mushi stand next to their brother as they surprise everyone by pulling out what looked like Zanpakuto, as all 3 of them rush at the group swords ready to kill, but they are soon blocked by a single sword. This one belongs to FN. Me, you're a magnet for demons, Ichigo, but let's get a little space. I let my spirit energy burst, knocking the 3 demons back as I stand in front of the group, Zanpakuto at the ready. Rushio, a soul reaper, yummy, haven't eaten one in years. Me, you're nothing but light work. If I had to guess, you 3 are of the demon class, am I right? Mushi, yes so. Me, just wish you were strong. I don't even need my Shirkai to beat you, so come and die. Bushi rushed forward with a crazy look in his eye, however before his blade could reach me, blood was coating the floor as he looks and sees his torso sliced open and black blood pouring out of his wound before his whole body turns to ash, shocking the other 2 demons. Mushi, what did you do? Mushi was soon shocked as my blade was near his throat as his brother Rushi tries to grab me, but his arms get chopped off. But to everyone else, I never moved as Rushi screams in pain before cut Mushi's head clean off and turn to Rushi before I plunge my Zanpakuto into his chest, and they both turn to ash and I sheath my Zanpakuto. Yuri, what just happened? Orihime, he beat them so easy. Ichigo was the only one not surprised since he had already seen me do it before, but what surprised me was the fact the demons had learned how to gain a Zanpakuto. As I see the 3 weapons crumble as the crack in the sky repairs itself, as I noticed the look in Ichigo's eyes before rushed at me with his Zanpakuto, but I block it with ease. Me, so you're challenging me, Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo, I don't know why, but you seem different, not a soul reaper or hollow, so what are you? Me, I don't answer the weak. I give a small push and it sends Ichigo back into the group, crashing into them as I start walking away. However, I was soon stopped by Rukia, who also had her Zanpakuto ready to strike. Me, Rukia Kachiki, so now you want to attack me? Rukia, just like Ichigo, I want to know why you're here. I draw my Zanpakuto and look at her as she makes the first swing, but I barely move as I block her attacks before I grab her face and toss her into a wall, but I soon block an attack, but not from Rukia but Yuryu, as Ichigo used his Visword power to rush at me, but this time I was pushed back but only an inch. Me, seem you have a little power, but you haven't noticed yet, have you? Ichigo was confused at my statement before looking at our Zanpakuto, and sees I never used my Shirkai as I brush him off. Me, claim victory, Ryu. My Zanpakuto changed and was now in its Shirkai form, and everyone was soon stunned as Rukia finally breaks free from the wall and rushed at me, but I just stand there as she gets close and I release my spiritual pressure and every drops to their knees trying to breath. Me, do you understand now? Compared to me, you're all children. Just look, I hadn't even released my Zanpakuto. And yet you all couldn't even touch me, and this is only my power with Shirkai, so listen well, never face me again or next time I'll kill you. As I return my Zanpakuto to its normal form, everyone was soon looking at me as I vanish again, leaving them all with the feel of fear. Yuryu, his spiritual pressure is beyond that of a captain. Rukia, why does his spiritual pressure feel so lonely? Everyone managed to calm down after the show of force you had just gave them, after which Rukia informs the Soul Society of the situation and they sent Kenpachi Zaraki, Byakuya Kachiki Toshiro, Hitsugaya Ranjaku Matsumoto, Ikaka Madarame and Runji Abarai as they all got to discussing the issue. Episode 3. I standing on the rooftops of Karakura town looking out at all the living, and also all the souls as my focus turns to the sky as the clouds move with calm breeze. Me, the world of the living is a strange place, yet danger lurks in every shadow waiting to bring sorrow in this unwilling world. But as a soul reaper my duty is to protect it. Even if I am alone, I made a vow to her to always protect those who are in danger, and that is what I will do. I feel the spiritual pressure of 3 captains, 2 lieutenants and a single soul reaper as I also pick up on the pressure of a hollow not far from my position as I head towards it, and see a spider hollow chasing a small child as I jump down and slay the hollow. However, it's unable to go to the Soul Society because of my banishment as I walk away but feel a little dizzy. Me, no, I refuse to do that. As I walk away, the spiritual pressure of the same hollows appear as the small child soon reveals itself as a spider hollow wrapping its sticky web around my hands, making it impossible for me to swing my Zanpakuto. Me, cloaking your spirit pressure must have been to draw in soul reapers, but you picked the wrong soul reaper. Spider hollow, haha, is that right? Do you know how many soul reapers I have eaten? You mark number 100. Me, I see, then you die with an odd number, what a shame, but no hollow survives against me. Spider hollow, oh, and how will you do that with your hands bound? Me, Kizu. In that moment the spider hollow was frozen as the air goes dark and it web breaks as it's filled with fear before I slayed it, and everything returns to normal before I start walking away. However, I soon feel the spiritual pressure getting closer as I take my leave before Toshiro and Ranjaku arrive. Ranjaku, captain, do you think? Toshiro, no doubt this is his handiwork. Come on Ranjaku, he can't have gone far. Toshiro and Ranjaku give chase after me, but I knew this and continue walking before they caught up to me as I turned to look at them. Me, Toshiro, Hitsugaya and Ranjaku Matsumoto, what do I owe the pleasure, or maybe you're here for a fight? Toshiro got ready to take out his Zanpakuto as he rushed at me, but I block him with a single hand, but he shows his skill as goes for a high knee hoping to make me release my grip, but I am also skilled as I blocked his knee before judo throw him. Ranjaku, captain, Toshiro, stay there. Toshiro grabs his Zanpakuto and I smile because I knew what was coming as I feel his Zanpakuto fear of battling with me. Toshiro, reign over the frosty heavens, Hirinmer. Me, so you're going for Shirkai? Hate to tell you this, but that is useless against me. As I was talking I noticed ice started to form on hand as Toshiro rushed at me believing he had victory, but he was soon stopped when the spiritual pressure of a demon fills the air, causing me to look at Ranjaku as the demon emerged behind her, forcing me to jump in and block it. Ranjaku, FN. Me, you should step back, this one is stronger than you. As Ranjaku was forced to back away by our spiritual pressure, Toshiro was also unable to move as I pushed the demon back, not giving a care who was behind me as I hold my Zanpakuto by my side. Rakushi, my name is Rakushi and I'm of the Demon Lord class and I have come to claim your life, Soul Reaper. Me, tougher have tried, but please try my sword hungers for demon blood. Rakushio, is that right? Well, let us feed its hunger. Me, yes. Before I knew it, a second demon strikes me from behind as it ran its Zanpakuto straight through my stomach, but I still take a swing as its blade snaps and I watch it jump next to the other one as I pull out the rest of its blade. He fell for it. Rakushi, Rakushi, agreed Mizushi. Ranjaku, captain, he needs help. Toshiro, I agree. Me, stay where you both are. I don't need help from anyone. I defeat hollows and I slay demons. As I hold my Zanpakuto, the blood from my wound stains my clothes as I prepare to fight. This makes the demons laugh at my action, but I use flash step to appear behind them as I swing my blade at them. However, Rakushi blocks me as Mizushi goes for a counter-attack, scratching my face. Our battle soon got more intense as the three of us move at such speed we would be invisible to even the fastest Soul Reaper, but the clanging of steel and sparks of the colliding blades are the only things seen as we Reaper. Rakushi, for a Soul Reaper you tough, but in the end we demons will stand victorious. Me, claim victory, Ryu. As they stood shocked at the sudden increase of my spiritual pressure, I ready my blade to strike them down as both demons rush me, hoping to leave me open for the others' attack. A mistake. Me single sword technique Moonlight Crest. As I slash in the shape of a crescent moon, both demons soon found themselves split in half as my Zanpakuto returns to normal, and I go to walk away as my wound hurts. Ranjaku, hold on, you need to be treated. Me, I don't need help from any of you, so go away. She soon knocks me unconscious with a sneak attack as I feel her pick me up and carry me to who knows where. Episode 4. As I wake up, I feel something wet on my forehead as I reach up, and it's a damp cloth. Before sitting up to see bandages wrapped around my stomach, as I also notice my Zanpakuto was missing. Before I stand up and look at my surroundings, only to notice that it was Urahara's shop. Kasuko, you're awake, that's good. Me, why am I here and where is my Zanpakuto? Kasuko, you should relax, that wound wasn't life-threatening, but all the others were a little more serious. I sat down as Kasuko did the same, as if he was actually showing me some respect, but that was never going to happen, not from Soul Reapers. Kasuko, I have to say it's actually impressive. Your mastery of Kido is scary to not only seal your wounds but also numb the pain. But tell me, how long did you think you could continue fighting while not allowing your body to heal? Me, I don't really care, my duty is to the spirits, not you Soul Reapers, so I'll ask again, where is my Zanpakuto? Byakuya, your Zanpakuto has been restrained until the head captain gives the order for its release. But someone like you knows all this. As I look back, I see Byakuya Kachiki standing there, hand on his Zanpakuto, ready to attack at the moment I move. But even that would be pointless as I flash step behind him, shocking him with my incredible speed as I place a finger by a pressure point, but don't press it. Me, first warn Byakuya, don't act cocky, because if you do, my next move will be your last. I vanish, which made Byakuya ease up as he looked at where I had been sitting, wondering just how fast I truly was. I start looking for my Zanpakuto as I hear the sound of fighting came from below, which I go to look at and see Ichigo fighting Rukia while the others watched. But before I walk away, I see Ranjaku holding my Zanpakuto. Me, why does she have my sword? I hide my spiritual pressure before creeping up on them, hoping to get my Zanpakuto without being spotted. However, just as I was within reach, a hand grabs my wrist, and I see it was Ichigo as I grab his hand before it could reach his Zanpakuto, and I had the perfect idea as I break free of his grip and smack his hand into Ranjaku's ass before hiding out of view as everyone looked back to see Ichigo with an embarrassed look. Ranjaku, Ichigo, I never would have thought you were such a pervert. Ichigo, I know why you got it all wrong. Wrong, it wasn't me. Toshiro, oh, then who was it when you're the only one standing there? I used this chance to reach over and grab my Zanpakuto, but the sudden motion made Ranjaku look as she sees me taking my Zanpakuto before using flash step to get away. However, Toshiro and Ichigo block the exit as everyone surrounds me. Me, back away. Ichigo, calm down, we are not your enemy. Actually, Ranjaku was the one who brought you to Urahara's for treatment. Me, I don't care, let me leave. Toshiro, actually, you see the head captain has ordered your capture. I look round as I draw my Zanpakuto as everyone draws their own, and soon it was the question of who would move first, and Ichigo came rushing at me, but I block him as a fight breaks out. I hold my own even with an injury, but it doesn't happen easily. Me, claim victory, Ryu. As my Zanpakuto changed into its Shurikai state, everyone did the same as we continued to battle, and I soon see the difference in my level of power, but that would soon change as I use my secret. Me, Kizu. My speed became even faster as I attack each one of the Soul Reapers, knocking them to the ground before making my escape. However, as soon as I got outside, I was about to fly away, but I soon bump into a barrier. Me, what the hell, a barrier? Kasuko, yeah, and it's special. You see, it was created to prevent demons from breaking in, but it also stops them from getting out, as you just found out. Me, I should have seen this coming. What now, you're all going to kill me? Every Soul Reaper surrounds me, Zanpakuto pointed towards me as I wait for the attacks to come, but even then I refuse to go down without a fight. Ranjaku, Captain. Toshiro, our orders are to capture you, not execute. Just stop fighting, you can't escape. Me, fine. My Zanpakuto goes back to its normal form as I watch every Soul Reaper put down their swords as I'm led back inside and sealed into a room to wait for the meeting with the head captain, but to my surprise Ranjaku walked in and placed a hand on my back. Ranjaku, I'm glad you're not dead, but please let the warrior rest and be yourself, that's all I ask. As she left, I sat there in silence as I hear a voice speak to me. She seems nice. Me, nice or not, her world is different to mine, you know this. Maybe, but I still think after all these years letting someone get close would do you some good. Me, I don't need the Soul Society, not after they turned their back on me. You need to let that go, it was 1,000 years ago. Besides, she seems to like you, as have got a bond with her. Me, not really, I simply gave her advice when I was still living in the Soul Society. Let your heart beat again, my friend, because this path is only filled with loneliness. As the room became quiet again, I remember the words and think loneliness, what a strange word to use. Me, how can I be lonely when I have you, Kizu? Episode 5. Good morning, Captain. Me, good morning, Jinryusei. Are the other captains inside? Jinryusei, yes they are. I walk in and see the captain lined up as I walk to my position and stand looking at them as they all wait for me to give my announcement. Me, I'm glad you could all come because as you know, as of this moment I will no longer be your head captain, but fear not, because I will be leaving you in the hands of the new head captain, Jinryusei Yamamoto. After the meeting concluded, I start walking to gather my things as Jinryusei follows me, but I could see he was a little unsure of something. Me, Jinryusei, what is troubling you? Jinryusei, I just believe many others are a far better choice, captain, so why me? Me, Jinryusei, many of the other captains have strength, but when I look at them none of them have the drive to reach new heights. But tell me, what do you believe is meant by who is the king? Jinryusei, it means the one who rules over everyone, right? Me, that is not true, but it actually goes deeper than that. Look out there, Jinryusei, what do you see? Jinryusei, the Soul Society. Me, correct, and the king is not the person of noble blood, no, the king is the people, for they are the ones who keep this place alive. Souls come here from the world of the living, and maybe even trained to become soul reapers. Do you understand now? Jinryusei, I believe so, captain. Me, good, very good, but promise me no matter what you face, once you become head captain you never forget who are important. As I reach my room I take my time packing my stuff up, ready to move to my new position in the Soul Society. So I head off to my new position as I reach the palace of the Spirit King. As I walk in and bow before him. Me, your majesty, I'm FNL and former head captain, here to aid you in any way possible. Spirit King, yes, I know of you, and I must say you're skilled for one so young. Me, I trained for many years so I could answer the call when I'm needed. I just hope to live up to my title. Spirit King, indeed. Now let me introduce your team. Azura and Suki, they are members of my personal guard such as you. Me, I will protect you and your family with my life. After that, Azura and Suki show me around and even the lab that they work at as I take a look at some papers, and their work was incredible. Before I left my squad I was actually very smart, and I could tell they were happy to see someone just like them interested in research. Me, so tell me, Azura and Suki, what are you working on? Azura, we are looking into soul preservation, basically allowing a soul to survive even if they are killed or eaten. Me, that is incredible, but it's also risky. I mean, wouldn't souls eaten by hollows remain hollows? Suki, we know that, which is why we are trying to create something to divide the hollow from the host. Me, that would create a paradox, right, because it's the same soul but in different forms. Azura, you're correct, but it's also a little off. You see, the hollow would be an empty shell causing no harm to the soul of its host. As the three of us discussed the theory more, the more I was curious about if this could actually be reality, and soon our friendship with each other grew more and more as I worked alongside them. Azura FN, tell me, what do you think of the idea of no more fighting and actual peace? Me, it would be nice, but as long as hollows feed on souls the battle for peace will be long and hard, but it's a duty I accept with all my soul. Azura, well said, my friend, and I hope that you, Suki, and I can create that peace. As we were talking, an alarm goes off as we are summoned to the Spirit King, and he orders me, Azura and Suki, to deal with this threat as we head to the world of the living. But as we arrive we see two tall creatures attacking souls. Hollows and soul reapers. Azura, what are they? Me, I don't know, but we need to stop them. Let's go. We rush at the strange creatures as the larger one turns towards us, but as it swings its huge fist I slide under and use my Zanpakuto to cut it off as Azura and Suki knock it back, but we soon see things are different as the creature's arm grows back as it bashes us with its huge fist, sending me into a tree as Azura and Suki both get knocked out. Me, this thing is power. Regeneration, but it doesn't have speed, so I have a chance. Me, Bankai. As my Zanpakuto takes its Bankai form I hold both blades and face the creature which seemed to be interested in my weapon. So you're able to use Bankai, interesting, someone so young yet strong. Tell me your name and its name. Me, my name is FNL and former head captain of the 13 court guard squads, now a personal guard to the Spirit King. As for my weapon, its name is Ryu, but in this form it's known as Raikiri Ryu. Lucifer, my name is Lucifer, and I'm a demon lord class demon. I must say you have spirit to face me alone. Me, my job to protect the Soul Society and all the souls that have yet to arrive, so on my honor you shall not pass. Lucifer smiled as I ready myself for his attack. Before we rushed at each other, but being warriors we gave our attacks everything we had to settle the fight with a single strike, and I slayed the demon as my Bankai disappears and I fall to the ground as the other creature was captured and I lost consciousness. Back to the present. I was sitting in the room as the door opens and I'm lead to another room with a huge screen that shows the head captain and all the remaining captains. Hello again, Jinryusei Chapter 6. I was standing there seeing the other captains all look at me, and I knew what this was. I was going to be judged, and if enough agree I would be put to death. Jinryusei former Soul Reaper FNL, and you have been brought before the captains of the 13 court guard squad to be judged, and if you are found guilty then you will be executed where you stand. Let's just get this over with. Jinryusei Captain Kachiki, what do you have to say on the matter? Byakuya, from what I have witnessed, he does indeed have incredible power, but a new fact was brought to my attention. Soifon, and what's that? Byakuya, that he is a demon. After we captured him I had Kasuke Urahara create a barrier to keep demons out, but it also keeps them in, as proven by his escape attempt. Mayuri, a demon, you say? That is such a dusty topic that I have no interest in studying them, so why not just execute him and be done with this foolish meeting? Kenpachi, speak for yourself. Why don't we bring him here? Besides, I want to fight a strong opponent. Toshiro, we have not yet decided on the action we are taking. He has saved souls on more than once. He even saved Ranjaku from an attack by a pair of demons. Should that not be seen as an ally? Unohana, I agree with Captain Hitsujiya. We should see his actions as friendly. I'm going to be an old man by the time these captains get through this discussion. I was soon snapped out of my thought as the spiritual pressure of a demon appears, and it feels stronger as I turn to the door and start walking before Byakuya stops me. Byakuya, return to you place. We don't have time for this. A demon has just appeared. No, move out my way. I break the keto that was restraining me before blasting through the doors and taking my Zanpakuto in hand as the Soul Reapers chase after me, but break the barrier and continue to flash step. Come on, where are you? As I reach the center of Karakura town, the demon just seems to vanish. However, I still have a feeling that it's nearby, and I was right as I block a strike from a Zanpakuto, which belongs to a demon and strong one at that. Impressive, Soul Reaper, but tell me, can you block the other? I was soon struck by another blade as I see the same demon before backing away. As I look at the two and see they are the same, but they soon merge into one as the answer became clear. I take it that little dividing trick is the power of your Zanpakuto. Kai, correct, my name is Kai and this is my Zanpakuto Hishamura. So do you wish to run, because what you just felt was a small taste of my power? I look at the slash arcus my stomach before holding my Zanpakuto towards him, a sign I was going to fight as we rush at each other, and we seem evenly matched. Kai, the thing about us demons, we are far beyond the normal Soul Reaper. I was pushed away as the other Soul Reapers arrived to see the demon prepare an attack. I should be able to dodge it, however my body seems to be unable to move as I see a purple liquid on my skin. Kai, Inferno Blaze. As Kai shouts this, I'm soon hit by flame with such heat even the air was burning away, but as the attack stops everyone is shocked to see my top completely gone as to reveal my chest, and everyone sees the scars over my body as I hold my Zanpakuto. Kai, you survived. Good. This would be so boring if I killed you already, so come on, fight me some more. I feel my strength fading as I soon notice my Zanpakuto feels heavy, but I fight through the pain and face the enemy before me as I take this chance to rush at him, but he blocks before slicing me again and continues to do so. Ranjaku, Captain, he needs help. Ranjaku goes to help, but Kai notice and aims for her, but I use my flash step and take the hit as my blood drips off my body, and my breathing becomes heavy. I keep my eyes focused on the enemy. This is my fight, stay out of it, Bankai. I switch to my Bankai and rush at Kai with my twin Zanpakuto, begin trading cuts as I slice his face before preparing my next attack as he rushed in. Twin sword technique execution. In the blink of an eye the enemy before me was sliced with an X marked on his chest as I see the life fade from his eyes, and I allow my Zanpakuto to return to normal before sheathing it, but as I did a sudden pain surged through my body before blood explodes from my body, and I start falling to the ground. However, I'm soon caught by Ichigo and Toshiro, who take me back to Urahara's to recover from my wounds. While I was recovering, the captains finish up the meeting, but the question was, what was the result of the meet? Am I going to die or am I going to live? Episode 7. As you wake up after another demon attack, you see Ranjaku and Toshiro looking at you as you sit up and look at them. What? Toshiro, the head captain, has made a decision. You're to be placed under the watch of my team until your return to Soul Society for further judgment. So I'm still a prisoner, but tell me, why isn't the Soul Society doing anything about the demons? Ranjaku, the Soul Society doesn't have enough data on them to launch a countermeasure, so right now we need to defeat them. Until we do, Toshiro, I will be needing to inform the others of this. For now, rest. You're going to need all your strength. As Toshiro left, you're left with Ranjaku, who sat down next to you, handing you some new clothes which you start putting on as she look at the scars on your body. Ranjaku, how did you get all these? Me, I got them through the years fighting alone, never getting any aid from the Soul Society, but this one, it has unfinished business. The amount of times I nearly died, but this single scar keeps me going because I finish what I started. I refuse to die. Ranjika looks at the X-shaped scar on your chest as you put your top on and walk out the room, but Ranjika follows as you both walk through the streets unseen, just looking round as you see children laughing and smiling, but Ranjika noticed a little smile on your face. Me, what? Ranjika, you know you're actually cute when you smile. You blush out of embarrassment before turning away as you soon feel something and look at the kids and rush forward, but as you reach for your sword only to notice it wasn't there. Me, shit, must have left it at Urahara's shop, not just have to go with my other skill. You knock something over as you jump in the air and prepare your attack, which made Ranjika surprise at how your moves follow into one another. Me, Hato 31 Shikaho. You shot a blast off Keto which not only hit your target, but also covers the area with dust, allowing Ranjiku to see what you hit before you land next to her. And the kids run away as the creature reveals itself. You stupid Soul Reaper, do you really believe a Keto that weak would hurt me? Me, crap, my body is too weak and now my Keto is losing power, but without Ryu I have nothing left to use against him. Ranjiku FN, we should retreat. Me, no, if I leave this demon free more souls will be lost. No, I will fight until I have nothing left to give. As you watch the demon take out his Zanpakuto, you prepare for him to attack. However, what he did next surprised you and Ranjiku. Raijin, my name is Raijin and this will be your death. Soul Reaper's Rage Kantera. Raijin begins to change, growing in size as his turns into a set of claws form on his hands, and soon he looked almost like a humanoid cheetah, which he soon confirmed with his insane speed, sending me flying with a single punch as you notice him looking at Ranjiku. Me, Hato 31 Shikaho. You used Keto to send yourself crashing into Raijin, and knock him back a little as you start preparing my next Keto as you point your fingers at him. Me, Bakudo 61 Rikujikoro. 6 beams of light plant themselves in Raijin's stomach, keeping him from moving as you prepare to unleash another Keto, but your body suddenly is filled with pain as you fall to the ground and your Keto begins to fade. Raijin, haha, what an easy kill, now die Soul Reaper. You watch he goes for a killing blow, however before it could make contact you see Ranjika blocking him, but she struggles to hold him back. Mikizu, I need your help. You fall unconscious, but not for long as you stand up and punch the demon back, shocking Ranjiku as you crack your joints as if you're loosening up. Me, hey ugly, the lady isn't interested, but tell you what, if you want a dance partner I'll gladly take on that role. Raiden, what the hell, you're no Soul Reaper, what are you? Ranjika sees a smile on your face as you rush with the same insane speed as before and take Raijin down again, but he soon gets up and starts trying to hit you, but you're dodging so easy like you're flowing like water. Raijin, why can't I hit you? Me, because you're way too weak, but you gave this kid a real workout, so here, let me do the same. You rush at him, only instead of knocking him down you punch him over and over like you had 100 arms before finally giving one last punch as his body splatters before turning to ash as you turn to look at Ranjiku, but she noticed your eyes were red as you walk over to her and kneel in front of her. Ranjiku FN, are you okay? Me, sorry love, the kid is out cold so I took over in his place. It's nice to meet you. Ranjiku, what do you mean took over? Kizu, the name is Kizu, however me and FN are one in the same, he the Soul Reaper and me the demon, 2 souls 1 body. Ranjiku, but how is this possible? Kizu, wish I could tell you, but I'm out of time. Do me a favor, take care of this kid, he keeps pushing himself way too far. And to be honest, I think it might do him some good if he had friends. Your eyes change back to their normal color before you fall onto Ranjika's lap, and she smiles at the look of you sleeping as she stays still and waits for you to wake up, but she could also tell the years took a toll on you physically, mentally and spiritually, but you now had friends. Ranjiku FN, you are not alone. Episode 8. Me, Azura, what do you think about Soul Bomb? It will purify the soul of any hollow. Azura, it's a good idea, but it could also end up bringing evil souls to the Soul Society, but maybe we can consider it. Suki soon walks in bringing a drink for everyone. As you took a sip you noticed a slight blush on her face as you offer her a seat next to you, and she quickly sat down as Azura smirks and chuckles before the both of you got back to work. Azura, so you and Suki have gotten close this past year. Me, shut up, she is just a friend is all. Azura, you can't fool me, you like her. Me, fine, I admit it, she is beautiful, sweet and kind, but she must have many men falling for her. Azura, actually she doesn't get any, they are too scared to approach her because of our high standing, many avoid us. You look at the door and take a walk. Azura knew where you were going before returning to his work. As you walk through the halls you soon hear Suki around the corner, and looked to see her pinned against the wall. As a man looked at her seductively, Suki smacked his hand as it reached for her, and the man goes to hit her, but you flash step and grab his hand. Me, the lady is uncomfortable, please step away or I will break your arm. You give his arm a slight twist as he backed away and fell to the ground only to look at you with anger. Noble man, how dare you place your hands on me? I am noble, you fool, I will have your head for this act. You grip your Zanpakuto and he looked with fear, but he was soon left surprised as you toss it in front of him and kneel down, leaving all watching as you look at him. Me, I live by a code, words hold no weight unless you have action, so tell me, do you have the stomach to take a life? Or are you just a coward? Noble man, you're insane. Who would willingly give someone a tool to end their own life? Me, a man who can see the true nature of his opponent, and you're unable to take a life, but please prove me wrong. As you see the noble man begin to sweat because of your action, before he could take action a voice called out, and the noble looks over and sees the king, who looked unhappy.
Noble mon, your majesty.
Spirit king, I have been watching, and I must say your actions have shamed your family. As such, I will be stripping your family of your noble title. Noble man, your majesty, I have done nothing wrong. My family has always been loyal to you, so tell me, on what grounds should I be punished? Spirit king, your blatant misuse of your noble standing and harassment as you showed by trying to assault this lady without her consent. With that, leave and don't anger me any further. The noble man snaps as he rushed at the king, however you flash step and hold your sword to his neck as he stops. Spirit king, I can protect myself, you know. Me, forgive me, you majesty, but I wouldn't want this man's blood to stain your clothes. And also it would only cause you trouble if you were to kill this former nobleman, so please allow me. The king nods as you push him back before taking off his head, and soon everyone leaves until it was just you and Suki as you sheath your Zanpakuto. Suki, thank you. Me, I don't need thanks. Beside, had I not stepped in, you might have killed him without him even noticing. Suki, so you knew. Me, when you're head captain, being able to notice things others might not comes with the job, but when I first saw you I could tell you were strong, but I do have a request. Suki, what is it? Me, well, I was wondering if maybe we could start a relationship, but only if you want. Suki was shocked at your words. She had hoped you would ask her, but though it was never going to happen, and yet here you are making the request she wished to hear. Suki, I would love that. You step over to her, and as the sun begins to set in the Soul Society, you wrap your arms around her waist as she wraps her arms around your neck before you both stare into each other's eyes, and soon move in slowly before your lips connect as the warm embrace of another person was a sensation you both wished for as the moment lasted a little before you both break for air. Me, I love you, Suki Suki, and I love you, FN. After a little while you both head back and tell Azura of the news, and the three of you party like no tomorrow, but after nightfall Suki was fast leaning on the table as you cover her up with a blanket before stepping outside with Azura. Me, the night air truly is nice and cool. Azura, I agree, come sit with, after all I brought the sake. You sat, enjoy the offer he made, and the sake was truly splendid as you both sat looking at the stars. Azura evolution, me, huh? Azura evolution, think about it, in the world of the living humans evolve from monkeys, so if souls can evolve into soul reapers or hollows, then what is the next evolution for soul reapers? Me, who knows, maybe there isn't one, but if I had to give my thought on the matter I would say not to worry, because even if there is an evolution it will still lead to death, as all things live and die. Azura, maybe, but what if the next step in our evolution is one that makes us unable to die? Me, if that is the case, then it an evolution we don't need, and it would also beat the laws of nature. Well, I will be going to get some rest, see you in the morning. Azura, good night, FN. As you leave, Azura remains looking at the stars and smiles as he continues to think about your word, and his own, before leaving to do his own thing. Episode 9. As you wake up you find yourself laying in the ground under the night sky, but you also noticed your head was on Ranjiku's lap before sitting up. Ranjiku, I'm glad you're awake. Me, you spoke to him, didn't you? Ranjiku remains silent, meaning your question was already answered as you stay there, until the silence is finally broken. Ranjiku, how did you become like this? Me, a common goal, so he gets my body and in exchange he will help me kill a certain someone, and that's all you need to know. You both stand up and head back. As you're walking you take a stop and look at the moon before returning to your walking, but as you look at Ranjiku flashes of your past start appearing. Me, Ranjiku, tell me, have you ever loved someone? Ranjiku, what bought this on me, just asking. Ranjiku, yes, he was my best friend and even at the end he stayed true to his promise, however his death did make me cry, but I had to get over it. Me, you shouldn't hold back the tears and also keep that love in your heart before you become someone else. You both make it back to Urahara's shop before you all retire to your rooms for sleep, however you couldn't sleep as the fight from earlier plays on your mind. Me, the demons have started to evolve much quicker, which means I'm getting closer to that one. You begin to drift off to sleep before you hear the sound of a flute and get up from your bed and walk outside to see child sitting on a roof. Me, hey kid, don't you know people are trying to sleep? Impressive all, but you have fallen no matter. You soon feel people in the area slowly slipping away as you take your Zanpakuto and point it at the kid. Me, what did you do? I did nothing, I just love music, here, have a listen. The kid starts playing her flute, and at first everything was normal until your head becomes dizzy, and your vision became distorted, and you're barely able to stand. Me, you little shit. Sorry mister, was that song not to your liking? Here, this is my most popular, I hear people are dying to hear it. The kid was about to play her flute, but you swing at her, breaking the moment, which was good because you finally understand this kid. Me, you're a demon, right? Rita, I'm Rita the sound demon, and this is my Zanpakuto, sing Batozu. Rita's flute begins to change, and it was soon a keyboard going round her waist as she prepares to play music, so you rush at her, but she is soon playing as you feel a little tired and your sword feels heavy. Me, what the hell is this? Rita Batozu is most beautiful, isn't he playing wonderful music? Doesn't it just make you want sleep? You try to stand up, but your legs will not move as her music starts to make you feel tired as you understand how her Zanpakuto works. Me, so you put people to sleep and then they die from your music. In other words, you're an assassin type demon, am I right? Rita, yes, my Batozu can put people to sleep and then kill them so it looks like a natural death, but these souls will feed him. Me, who is him? Rita, he is none of your concern as you're about to die. Your eyes start to close before you force them open and quickly slash your leg, which forced you to stand, but that action shocked Rita. Rita, why would you attack yourself? Me, your Zanpakuto is a subjective type, it overwrites the brain making it believe the body is tired, however it just hypnosis, so a cut to my body will break your hold. Rita was clearly worried as I start walking towards her. And it was clear once someone breaks the hold of her Zanpakuto it becomes useless on that person, and I make swing which forced her to block, however my strength was far better as I broke her Zanpakuto and her in the process. Me, remember these words, this world is protected. Rita was soon turned to ash as I seth my Zanpakuto and look at Urahara's shop and see Ranjaku looking up at me as the bright shines behind me, but now the others could sleep easy as I return to my room and sleep. Time skip. As you wake up and hear the sound of birds, you walk out my room and see everyone was still asleep before walking to the kitchen and prepare some breakfast as someone else walked in and you see it was Ranjaku. Ranjaku, morning, what you doing? Me, preparing breakfast for everyone, so just take a seat and it will be done soon. Ranjaku sat down as everyone else soon arrived and saw you cooing before sitting down, and a couple minutes later you arrive with the food. It was a plate with bacon, eggs, sausages, but the sausages seemed to have a glaze over them as everyone took a bite and was hit by a wave of flavor. Ichigo, holy crap, this good. Oraheim, it's like a fairy made it. Yuryu, I have to say this is most surprising, but the sausages are full of flavor, but this glaze only adds to it. Ranjaku, seconds please. Toshiro, I have to agree, it's good. You hand Ranjaku another plate which she finished just as quick before asking for 3 RDs and 4 just before she fell back, and everyone thought she looked a little drunk. Ikaku, so what was that sauce over the sausages? Me, nothing special, it was a red wine sticky glaze, although I didn't have any sausages so I had to make them from scratch, but I think it's a basic dish. Yuryu, this is basic, you must be joking. Urahara, Yuryu's right, this was far from basic, but tell me, how is your leg? Ichigo, what you mean Kisuk? Urahara, last night FN fought a demon, and to break the control of her Zanpakuto he had to cut his leg. Me, I'm healed, a small injury is easy to heal. Episode 10. A month had passed with no sign of demons, but hollows continued to attack, but Ichigo was more than enough to deal with them, as you look out for demons, but even then things seemed a little too quiet. Me, where are you demons? You start feeling a strange spiritual pressure and rush over in that direction where you see a woman holding something in her arms, but this woman was giving off the spiritual pressure of a demon as you hop down and walk towards her, but the moment she saw you she starts running. Me, hold it. You chase after her as you're both soon confronted by another demon, but this one was much larger, and had a Zanpakuto which it used to cut the woman as it focused on her, however you're unable to stand back and jump between them blocking its strike. Demon, who are you? You're not a human. Me, no I'm not. In that second the demon was cut in half as it looked at you in shock at how much power you have as you turn to the woman and say, Me, I'm a soul reaper and I have questions for you. As you held your sword towards her you see the thing she was holding move as she reached for it, and you help her by handing it to her only for her to reveal a small baby as you put down your sword as you see the child was scared. Mother demon, she is my only treasure, please look after her. Me, hold on lady, I'm a stranger. Mother demon, others will come, and I don't have the power to protect her from them. Me, that still doesn't answer the question of why. Mother demon, my daughter's the one who was meant to lead demonkind, however after he arrived in our world the laws changed and now all he seeks is death, but he also seeks the power lost to our kind. Me, what power? Mother Demon, he seeks to break time, space and reality, which would result in all-out war between soul reapers, hollows and those of the living world. What he seeks is beyond devil class because the power he seeks is that of a god. That would shook me to the core. A demon trying to become a god, was that even possible? Even so, that kind of power would harm all things soul reapers, hollows, and even the living would be destroyed. But as you're snapped out of your daze by the mother demon grabbing your hands and placed her daughter in your hands, as her body starts to disintegrate, you look her in the eyes. Me, you have my word, no harm will come to your child. Mother demon, her name is Mina, please make sure she sees the days to come. As the mother demon turned to ash, you look at the little demon baby in your arms and sigh as you take he back with you. However, you soon feel her grip your shirt tight, just like newborn baby, as you wonder how the others would react. But as you get back to Kasuke's, no one was home, or so you thought, as Ranjaku walked in after you and sees the baby in your arms. Ranjaku, ah, who is this cutie? Me, her name is Mina, and trust me when I say she is not normal. Ranjaku, oh, how she looks like a normal baby to me. Me, she is a demon, and I mean a literal demon. Ranjaku, like the kind we have been fighting against. Me, yeah, but her mother just died, but she also gave me some information. You tell Ranjaku about the mother demon and what she told you as the others all return, and you tell them about Mina being a demon as Byakuya draws his sword, and you draw, you're forcing him to back off as you inform them of the rest of the information. Me, and that is how I have her. Rukia, a demon trying to become a god, is such a thing possible? Kasuke, to be honest, I'm not sure. I have heard rumors of such a thing but never actually seen it, but some records did indicate such a demon existed, but only for a short time. Ichigo, but it seems someone is trying to create another demon god, but will happen to the world of the living. Kasuke, like I said, I don't know, but going off the information we have, I would have to guess that it would rip holes in time and space, which could result in all life being extinguished. Yuryu, and she didn't say how long we have. Me, no, but it can't be something easy to achieve. If I had to guess, it must require 3 things to be complete. Byakuya, and what might that be? Me, power, the demon I fought that used the music as a weapon. She said these souls will feed him. She must have meant the demon god. Kasuke, that seems likely. Another one has to be time. It must take time to gain and control all that spirit energy. Yuryu, but what about the 3 thing? Me, I believe a place to conduct the ritual for this demon god, but not just any place, but a place with a massive amount of spirit energy. Ichigo, then the place has to be Karakura town. Kasuke, it would make the most sense as it is a spiritual hotspot, but we don't know when this demon god will appear. As everyone was talking, you got up and took Mina to your room and placed her in a makeshift bed as you feel the spiritual pressure of Ranjaku, who sat by you looking at Mina. Ranjaku, you're a kind person. Me, I just know what it's like to have no one besides. She is too young to defend herself, so leaving her alone would only give me nightmares. Ranjaku, you don't need to act tough, just let your feelings out. You feel Ranjaku go to place her hand on yours, but you stand up and walk out to get some air. Ranjaku was left with a smile as you had started to open up a little more as she watched over Mina. Episode 11. After taking in Mina, she remains asleep. However, most of the demons that came had her as a target, which forced you to slay every single one which came after her, since every time they did, their aura was that of murder. Me fucking hell, is there no end? As you were fighting, the sound of crying came as you rushed to Mina and pick her up as the Soul Reapers deal with the remaining demons. As you calm Mina down before Ranjaku came in to check on her. Ranjaku, how is she? Me, she is fine, but she is becoming a real pain in my neck. Because of her, I can't fight the demons the way I used to. Ranjaku, she is only a baby. Besides, you look happy to have her. Me, no, I don't, because I know how this is going to turn out. She grows up to become this sweet-looking demon only to betray our trust and kill us all. Maybe I should take this chance to finish her off before she does the same to us. You reach for your Zanpakuto before Ranjaku stops too, and looked at you with a deadly glare as you put Mina down and walk away to get some air. However, as soon as you were gone, Mina began to cry as Ranjaku begins to wonder, was a bond forming between you and Mina? As you jumped from rooftop to rooftop, all you could think about was what Ranjaku said. You look happy. Why would you be happy to have a demon child? It was because of the demons you got banished, and yet something drew you closer to Mina. Before you stop and look at the sky. Me, am I happy? No, without her life has come to a stop, but why does it feel like I'm cursed to walk this lonely path? Ichigo, so this is where you wandered off to. Why do you hate demons? Because I could never understand why someone as strong as you would be banished from the Soul Society. Me, I hate demons because I lost someone close to my heart. As for the banishment, that is my business, so do yourself a favor and leave me alone. Ichigo, Ranjaku told me what happened. You know that kind has a bond with you. Straight after you left, she started crying. Me, not my problem. I'm a warrior, Ichigo, not a parent, and also tell Ranjaku to stay out of my business too. Ichigo watched you vanish before heading back to Urahara's shop, where he saw Mina crying in Ranjika's arms, not wanting to calm down as nightfall came, and everyone returned to their rooms while Ranjika stays with Mina. Ranjika, you know Mina FN isn't a bad person actually, he really is happy to have you because ever since he was banished all he's known is how it feels to be alone. Ranjika soon hears Mina cry before she vanished, causing Ranjiku to search the whole building but found no trace of her as she starts looking outside hoping she could see her but no luck. While Ranjiku was looking for Mina, you sat near the rive staring into it, as you soon notice multiple demons warming the skies before they start circling, so you head out to do some slaying, but as you arrive at the location what you saw was Mina sitting on the ground crying as a demon takes the chance to attack. Meshith. You jump between them and Mina as she suddenly stops crying and instead starts laughing as you face these basic level demons. They were more beast-like than humanoid but still had some power as you shove it away and pick up Mina as you face them with your Zanpakuto at the ready, however only being able to use your right arm made battling them a challenge. I'm seriously need a babysitter. The demons start their attack as you slay each one that came within striking range, but even that was only a delay since their numbers never go do as more keep coming, forcing you to run as they gave chase. Okay, if I make it out of this I will serious kill Ranjiku. You fight them as you're moving but they soon slash your chest, however you're able to slay them, but even then they continue making lucky strikes as you're soon bleeding from your chest and back as your breathing became heavy and rapid. This is bad, I'm outnumbered. Normally this would mean nothing, but with this kid here I have to stay on defensive. The demons surround you and Mina as they ready the final attack, however you take a stand ready to defend even though it would be pointless because of the numbers, but even so you knew as a soul reaper you have pride to fight until the last breath leaves your body as the demons rush at you from all angles. I will protect you Mina even if it costs me my life. The demons get closer before a bright crimson light beams from Mina as she floats in front of me. And soon the little baby begins to change into a little girl with bright red hair and purple eyes. Who are you? Wait, don't tell me you're Mina. Of course it's me Papa. You act as if you haven't seen a demon evolve. Actually I haven't. And wait Papa, when did I claim to be your dad? When Mama gave me to you, but once I grow up more you will no longer be my Papa but a stranger. You just look at her baffled at her word, but the only thing running through your mind was what the hell with this world before you block a demon as Mina blocks another. But what amazed you was how she used the same skill you did, which was weird. Let me guess, you copied my skills. Correct, after all I have a duty to protect Papa. Protect me? You're kidding right? I was only holding back because I had to hold you, but now you will see my real power. After all I had many names back in the day, one of my favorites is. You bolt away in a flash of light, slashing demon after demon at such speed it would almost be like time had stopped before you reappeared in the same flash of light, and sheath your Zanpakuto as all the demons in the area turn to ash. God flash FNL and Mina, you're a show-off Papa. You look at her and blush at her calling you Papa as you rub the back of your neck before turning to head home, but Mina was still floating there. You coming Mina, huh? Are you coming home with Papa? Mina was soon teary-eyed as she hops on your back and held you tight, but even though this would be annoying to you it actually made you smile as you take a slow trip home, enjoying the time with Mina as she falls asleep on your back as you reach Urahara's and everyone sees you with the girl before explaining everything. Ranjiku, so this little girl is Mina, she must have gone searching for you, right Papa? Don't you say that Ranjiku, why not? Because yours sounds flirty, so don't even think about infecting my daughter's mind with your seduction. You instantly blush at what you had just said. Since when did you accept Mina as your daughter? And why do you care? But like before it was nice. Episode 12. To look forward, one must look back, as all things are ruled by time from birth to death. The same is true of soul reapers, they are born but they also die. The past. You're walking to the king's throne room after he summoned you to see him. As you arrive the doors open, and you see the king waiting for you before kneeling. You summoned me, my lord. Spirit King, yes, I have a question. Do you know anything about the missing members of the royal guard? No, your majesty, but if I can help, say the word and I will do it without hesitation. Spirit King, it's fine, just keep an eye out for any suspicious activity. You may leave. You nod before leaving the room and start looking around, mainly the last place the members were seen before they disappeared, only to find nothing. However, a strange spiritual pressure was at every site as you head to Azura and see if he could examine it. Assure, so this strange spiritual pressure was left at the scene of those missing guards. I'll begin my examination. As Azura was examining the sample, you noticed the body of both demon floating in pods as you turned to him and asked him about them. Azura, I asked the king if I could study them because they have incredible power, and I am currently looking into the possibility of using their DNA to enhance our own. That seems dangerous, and the king allows it. Azura, yes, after all, if we can gain even a small amount of their power, we could become far better. Just think regeneration so we can recover from any wound. Higher speed. Increased strength. The possibilities are endless. Me, Azura, remember we have a job to protect the Soul Society and the King, so don't lose yourself to your research. Azura, of course, I'm just excited about this research. Me, I understand it's actually your best quality, my friend. I'm only asking you to be careful as you and Suki are important to me. Azura, speaking of Suki, how is the relationship going? Me, it's going well and I believe she is happy. I just wish I could end this war between hollows so we could live in peace, but for now I will enjoy the time I have with her. As Azura smiled, the sample had finished being examined. As you both look at the results, however, it came back as unidentified, which meant it wasn't a Soul Reaper or a hollow, but the real question was, what could it be? Me, thanks Azura, I'm going to check out the grounds. You should stay here. Azura, you got it. As you leave, you notice Suki walking off the grounds before following her, and what you saw was her playing with kids who had no family. It was actually nice to see how much she cared about children before you walk away and disappear in the shadows, but someone had noticed. Me, I really need to get to the bottom of this before more lives are lost. Night soon falls on the Soul Society. As you look round the grounds before hear the guards calling for aid, as you rush over to the scene and see that the door to Azura's lab was on fire, and the guards were having trouble putting it out. Me, move out the way. Your loud voice surprised the guards as you proceed to jump through the fire which burns your clothes. As you look round the room for Azura, who you saw laying on the floor unconscious, as you pick him up and rush out, taking him to the grass and place him down. Me, Azura, hey, stay with me, you hear me? You make a quick check of his breathing, however he doesn't breathe. As you begin to attempt CPR, as you did this, the guards soon manage to control the fire as Suki arrives and see her brother laying on the floor while you're pressing on his chest as rain starts to fall, but still you continue hoping he would wake up. Me, come on, wake up Azura. Me, come on dude, you can't die, think about all the research you still have to do. Azura, me, wake up Azura. You're soon forced to stop CPR as you feel hands hold you before looking at Suki, who had tears in her eyes seeing the pain this was causing you. And as you take your hands away and look at Azura's body, your own tears begin to fall as Suki wraps her arms around you hoping to ease your pain, but losing a friend was far more than anyone could take. 8 hours later. After the fire was dealt with, the king asked for a report on the situation. However, no one knew what caused the fire, which led to the death of Azura Hitarashi as they bury his body at your request, but even then the pain hurt worse than anyone could as you stood in his destroyed lab, but all you could see was the happy moment you both shared. Me, why was it you? Suki, FN, I know it's hard, but Azura wouldn't want this, he would want you to move forward. Me, I know, it's just how could someone like him just die? His dream was bigger than most of us, so why? Suki placed a hand on your shoulder before leaving you alone since she felt you needed to have some time alone. But as you look at the destruction, you see that one of the demons you caught was gone, and it all soon became clear that demon was responsible. Me, Azura, I make you this vow, I will find that demon and kill it. You soon leave the room and begin searching the Soul Society for the demon because of that monster Azura is gone, but it's also the reason Suki was forced to cry, so for that it would never be forgiven. As your search began. Back to the present. You wake up to the bright beams of sunlight shining on your face as you notice you're sleeping on the roof, but your vision is soon blocked by Mina looking at you. Me, what are you doing? Mina, checking on you, Papa, after you did come back last night. Ranjiku helped me look for you and we found you sleeping, but why are you crying? You sat up and wiped the tears away, not wanting to show any weakness, not after what it cost you. Me, it was just an old memory, but I'm fine, come on, let's get some food. Mina, okay. The mystery of Soul Society is about to be solved. 1,000 years before Kurosaki, Ichigo was banished. A Shinigami was banished. Who is this enigmatic figure? What secrets does he hide? Let's delve into the shadows of Episode 2 and uncover the truth. Episode 13. After weeks of fighting, a sudden change came when demons stopped showing up in the world of the living. But you still didn't rest as you continue watching for any signs of demons, but nothing, and soon the days turned to weeks and week to months. Me, this doesn't make sense. Why are the demons suddenly not showing up? Toshiro, it's possible that they have given up after all. We have been dealing with them every time they show up. Me, yeah, I know that, Toshiro, but this isn't normal. No, they are planning something, I know it. By Akuya, and what might that plan be if one exists? Me, I don't know. After the meeting, you take a walk as Mina follows you, hoping to cheer you up, but all you could think about was what the demons were planning, because so far the pieces haven't fitted together. As you soon sense something and rush towards it, and see 3 demons appear, which makes you draw your Zanpakuto. So this is the living world, how boring. I have to agree, I see very little reason for our Lord send us here. He said a strong soul was here, but most of all that soul holds the final piece he needs to awaken. Me hey Three Stooges, what is your business? This one seems to have a mouth on him, I might say, but still he doesn't seem very impressive. What do you think, Drake? Drake, remember what you were told by our Lord, do not judge them by what you see, because I see his spirit energy and it is telling a whole different story. But tell me, Rika, what do you think? Rika, he is very cute, and his power is making me so wet with excitement. I really want to fight this handsome man. Are you kidding? This child could never satisfy need for battle. Rika, oh, and how would you know Mako? After all, Drake lasts so much longer than you. You watch them argue. You refuse to move as Mina peek around the corner and runs to get help as you see Drake take notice of Mina, forcing you to rush at them, making him focus on you. Rika, oh yes, what power, that's the way I like it. Come on Drake, let me have him. Drake, fine, just don't make sure it's a painless death. Rika, oh yes, let's dance, handsome. As Rika drew her Zanpakuto, it was much small. It also looked like a dagger as she swings it, but you soon notice how its smaller size makes it much easier to swing as you soon block and twist it out of her hand, sending it into the air, as she soon begins punching, showing she knew how to fight even without her weapon before she caught it. Rika, oh yes, so good, doesn't it feel good to get down and dirty? This is true pleasure. Me, you should follow your friend's advice and not judge a book by its cover, because you might just get a nice big surprise. Rika blushed at how bold your words were, but she was soon snapped out of it when her arm was cut off in that single moment. As blood drips onto the floor, she held her arm, but instead of screams of pain, she screams in pleasure. Rika, oh God, so good, come on, let's have another round, and this time make that big long sword go deeper in my body. Mako, does she have to be so lewd? It's only a fight. She really does piss me off every time she speaks. Drake, she has embraced her nature after all. She is the demon of lust, just as you are the demon of wrath. You watch as she grows back her arm and takes hold of her Zanpakuto while giving it a seductive lick on the blade before rushing at you, only this time her speed was increased as she striked much faster. Drake, you see that that burst of speed is her contract in exchange for the love and desire she would be gifted with higher speed, so you see the more lust she has, the faster she is. Mako, she is just a pervert who gets off from pain. Rika, come on, give it to me, I want your love, your desire and your blood. You block her strikes, but am starting to be pushed back. However, you start pushing back, which makes her happy to see you still had fight in you. But Drake saw something different, as your eyes seem to be a mix of red and your normal eye color before you push Rika off and slash down, but Drake blocks you as he sees your eyes turn back to normal. Rika, hey, this is my fight, back off. Drake, had I not stepped in, your life would have ended. Also, I believe we have achieved our mission. Me, so you want to go? Drake, you're going to come with us. After all, our Lord needs that final piece to awaken, so come with us. Me, no chance in hell. Drake soon vanished as you soon block him from behind, which surprised him as you're suddenly surrounded by all three demons, but you're ready to fight. However, Drake steps closer as you point your sword at him. Drake, sleep. You feel drowsy but remain on your feet as he gets closer and closer, repeating the same word over and over, and by the 20th time you had finally fallen to a knee but still remain ready to fight even though your Zanpakuto felt as heavy as a rock. Drake, I must say you're very strong to resist my word 20 times, and even though you're on a knee you still have the will to fight. It's most impressive, but at the same time pointless. Now sleep. After he said it another 20 times you finally fell asleep before he picks you up and they all prepare to leave. Mako, never seen someone resist so long against level 9. Word makes me angry just thinking about it. Drake, well, we can return no to our Lord. Rika, come, let's go, I want to get home, I need to change the sheets. Mako, did you really do that because of this kid, you pervert? Drake opens a portal as Mina and the others arrive, only to see you unconscious and being taken away to the world of demons. But as Mina reached out for you, the portal closed and it vanished as she starts to cry before Ranjaku holds her like a mother. Episode 14. After you were taken by Drake, Mako and Rika, many of the demons stopped visiting the world of the living, but Mina and the others continue searching for a way to bring you home with no success, as Mina continues trying to open a portal like Drake did. Mina, come on, just a little more. Mina was getting closer to having an open portal, but just like the others it soon explodes as she falls to the ground as a tear falls to the ground. Mina, why can't I do it? Ranjaku, you should stop trying to force it. The power your kind has is something none of us understand, but I believe it comes in time. Mina, but we don't have time. FN is most likely in the demon world and we need to save him. Ranjaku knew Mina was not going to stop until she could bring you home, but there was so many questions left without an answer, like why were you taken, and for what reason. But Ranjaku and the other Soul Reapers had already discussed a plan which would involve the world of the living becoming a battlefield, but the way things were going it would most like happen anyway. Ranjaku, Captain, what will become of FN? Toshiro not really sure, most likely he'll be destroyed with rest of the demons, but Mina is another story. Since she is royalty, it would be unwise for the Soul Society to take her life. Ichigo, Toshiro, can't the Soul Society open a portal to the demon world like they did to Hueco Mundo? Toshiro, it's not as simple as that, and also how many times do I have to tell you it's Captain Hitsugaya? Yuryu, what's different about them? Byakuya, the world of demons is sealed off from space and time. Basically it exists outside of space-time, and since we have no way to travel between space and time, it remains reachable to us Soul Reapers. Yuryu, I see, so that means the demons exist within a pocket dimension with no time or space. Toshiro, because of this Soul Reapers can never reach it. Even a Zanpakuto that can cut through the dimensions wouldn't be able to reach it since it will be at a different time than us. As everyone was talking, Ranjika sneaks away to check on Mina, but sees her sitting on the floor as tears run down her face. As Ranjika walked closer, she soon sat next to her and held her tight. Ranjika, I know you're worried, but FN will be fine. Mina, he won't, because he wants his soul to finish his evolution. Ranjika, who is this he? Because so far we have no real information on this person. Mina, I don't know his name, only that he came from another land, but that's all. However, when he came we saw a sword on his hip and blood on his clothes. Ranjika held Mina until she finally fell asleep, but still, what kind of person could be behind these acts? Because nothing made any sense, but she knew things were only getting started. To the demon world. In the almost pitch-black void which was the demon world where you were taken, you begin to wake up as you soon noticed you on your knees with your arms bound in a gant room. As you quick to notice people in the room as you spot Drake, Mako and Rikami. Hey, let me out of these binds. Mako, not a chance, you're our leader's special prize, now shut your trap. Me, you wanna go tough guy? Because let me tell you something, you're just a weakling compared to me, but please do release me and prove me wrong. Mako, why you little? Relax Mako, he is trying to push your buttons, he is nothing to worry about. Rika, I say let him free. Rika really wants a round too. I munch, say munch, we just munch, give him to munch master. Mako, Gino, can you please stop eating when you speak, and you Jinx, stop being a lazy bitch. Jinx, you're far too angry. You try to stand up but am soon stopped by Drake appearing behind you as you begin to feel a strong force holding you down before a large crimson crystal floats into the room. And you could almost see it pulsating as if it's a beating heart. Me, what's that? Drake, to prepare for his evolution, our master became this crystal as a form of sleep, but now he needs the power you possess to become a divine demon. You should be honored. As you look at the crystal, you soon see the person who is responsible for your banishment, as a strange black energy surrounds you, causing you immense pain as your spiritual pressure is slowly sucked away. Mie-ching. Rika, oh, I so wish I could have had more time with this one. Oh well. Drake, we might as well get comfortable because we will be here a while. Drake sat down on the floor as everyone just watched your energy slowly drain away, but even Drake could tell this would take a long time. Back to Mina. As you were being drained of your energy, the screams of your pain echo as Mina sensed your pain and shot outside to look at the sky as Ranjika followed her. As they got outside, dark storm clouds had started to cover the once clear blue sky. Mina, he's in pain. Ranjika, Mina, what is it? Mina, Ranjika FN needs help now before he can no longer be saved. Mina begins to try and open a portal again, but something was different because now she was struggling to hold it together, as if to force it open as Ranjika tries to stop her, but the force of Mina's action push her back. Mina, I refuse to lose someone who has took care of me. FN had no reason to take me in. He had no reason to treat me like family, and he had no reason to be kind towards me, so I will not lose him now. The portal starts to open as Mina begins to glow but continues to force the portal open as everyone else came outside and sees what is happening. And soon Mina opens the portal, however her body cracks and glows before it shatters to reveal a glowing form which begins to change as it soon reveals Mina's new form. Mina, let's go, bring FN home. As the new adult Mina leads them through the portal, Ranjika wonders how Mina could mature in such a short time. But then again, the demon world has a different frame of time. But from the looks of it, demons mature quickly. But right now they need to focus on bringing you home. Episode 15. When we left our heroes, Mina had changed into her adult form before leading a small group to the demon world in order to rescue you from the enemy. However, at this time, you're being drained of energy as the demons watch. Mako, how much longer is this going to take? Drake, as long as it takes. This one has a much higher spirit energy than the others we have brought before our master. Remember, he actually beat Rika in combat even with her contract active. Rika, oh, it gave me so much pleasure. Jinx, why are you all so impressed by him? He's just another soul. I say we all relax. Mako, no one asked your lazy ass. Gino, I need to grab some snacks. Drake, we have company, and it would seem a demon of high level is with them. I will remain here to guard our master. As Drake said that everyone was gone as he watched, he wonders just how far your friends would go, and if they would be willing to kill. As they all arrive in the demon world, they see it is a dark void with nothing but endless darkness, but Mina looks and sees the tower where the master will be as well as you energy since she can sense it. Toshiro, we must be careful, we are now in enemy territory. Mina, don't bother hiding your spiritual pressure, they know we are here, and most likely have sent their strongest fighters to our location. Yuri, then we should get moving. After saying that, the group start rushing forward, not caring if they're seen since like Mina said they most likely know they're there, and are sending their fighters to deal with them, but they just run towards the tower as demons begin to swarm them.
Orihime samten Kesshun iri checked.
Orihime managed to use her shield to block some as Yuryu fires multiple shots from his bow as a large battle starts. Ichigo, these demons seem to be the low-level type. Mina, you're right, a single Soul Reaper would have no problem with them. Ichigo, then allow me. Ichigo readies his strike as he pulls in a massive amount of spirit energy as Zangetsu begins to glow. Ichigo Getsuga Tensho. Ichigo let loose a massive slash of spirit energy as many demons in their way begin to fall, clearing the way as they continue running before someone appears before them. Rika, look at that, I found you. Toshiro, please step aside, we have only came for the Soul Reaper you took. Rika, Soul Reaper, we never took any Soul Reaper, but we did bring a great feast for our master. That one had power that filled me with pleasure, but looking at you not so much, so get lost, little kid. Toshiro, first off, I'm not a little kid, and also you will show me respect as I am member of the 13 Court Guard Squads, captain of Squad 10 Toshiro Hitsugaya. Rika, doesn't change the fact you're weak, but you. Rika points at Ichigo as she vanished only to reappear behind him, showing her incredible speed as she licks Ichigo's cheek, causing him to jump back. Rika, oh, you have the power of a Soul Reaper, and yet it's mixed with the power of a Hollow, what are you? Ichigo, you guys keep going, I'll deal with this one. Orihime, I'll stay and give you support, Ichigo. Everyone got running as Ichigo and Orihime stand their ground ready to fight as Rika draws her Zanpakuto and rushed at Ichigo and Orihime. To the others. Ranjaku, do you think they will be okay? Their opponents seem stronger than the demons we have already faced before. Mina, they will have to fight hard if they wish to survive. The group soon runs into two more demons as Byakuya and Ikaka step forward to block their path. Gino, munch, they look taste, can I eat them? Mako, will you shut up about food? Ikaka, hey you angry guy, you're mine. Mako, what, just you please, I'm far stronger than you. Mako was soon caught by Ikaku and dragged through the air to a new location as Byakuya was left with the other one as the rest of their group continue moving. To Ikaku and Mako. Mako, you fucking bastard, how dare you? Ikaku, oh shut up, I can tell you're stronger than your friend back there, and in my squad we love to battle strong opponents. Mako and Ikaku draw their Zanpakuto and begin the battle. To Byakuya and Gino. Byakuya looked at his opponent and he was not impressed with him as he looked like someone who has never had to fight before, so Byakuya flash step behind him and goes for the kill as he swings his Zanpakuto only for Gino to block it with ease, surprising Byakuya as he jumps back. Gino, hey, do you have food? Byakuya, this is a battle, if you believe that you have time to eat then you're mistaken. Gino, oh no, you misunderstand, I am not the one who is hungry. Gino shows his Zanpakuto as he soon rushed at Byakuya, who blocks as their battle was also beginning. To the others. Ranjaku, captains, the battles have broken out. Toshiro, I know, but right now taking down the enemy comes first. Jinx, can you all just stop and die? Everyone looked at the demon who appears without any spiritual pressure as everyone jumps back as the demon that looked super sleepy just looks around. Jinx, can't you just leave? Rukia, I'll deal with her. The group get moving as they running as Rukia stood ready with her Zanpakuto as Jinx brings out her Zanpakuto before Rukia rushed at her, and their battle begins as the group make it to the tower. Episode 16. As the rest of the group made their way to the tower where they believe you were being held while Rika battles with Ichigo and Orihime. Rika and Ichigo clash their swords while Orihime provides support, however her skills are very limited as Rika managed to avoid Ichigo's attack and stabs him in the shoulder, which left Ichigo bleeding. Orihime Kurosaki-kun Soten kiss Hun. Orihime quickly gets to work healing Ichigo wound while Rika waits for her to finish, but she does lick the blood from her Zanpakuto and smiles, but only a slight. Rika, oh its taste, but I prefer that man's better, oh it was so warm it makes me so tingle, I wonder how much the master has already taken, I would have to guess 10 of his spirit energy is gone. Ichigo quickly got back to the fight, only this time he is using his Bankai to give an edge, at least he hopes it will, as he quickly charged at Rika, who was enjoying the fight between them. Rika, come on Soul Reaper, give me your best, show me that passion of battle just like the other one did. Ichigo, you want it, well here it is. Ichigo begins to charge his spirit energy, which pulls and twists the air around as black spirit energy begins to appear, and all Rika did was smile. Rika, yes, give it to me, come on, give it to me. Ichigo gets Suga Tensho. As the raging spirit energy flies towards Rika before an explosion appears as Ichigo returns to Oraheim believing the battle was over until he was struck by a slash to the back, causing him to look back and see Rika unharmed. Oraheim, no way. Rika, if that's your best, then you're nothing but a child, a shame you looked cute, oh well. Ichigo and Oraheim watch as Rika held her Zanpakuto as the air circles around her, which also made the wind picks up. Rika, show them love, Risha. Rika's Zanpakuto transforms into its Shurikai form as Ichigo makes quick motion to block as Rika appears before him with incredible speed, giving Oraheim no time to heal Ichigo as she also gets pushed back by the force of the impact. Rika, beautiful, that power is incredible, but I'm sure you have more, so give it to me. Ichigo tries to push her back, but as he was suddenly cut all over and the top of his clothes was completely destroyed and his mask was half broken, but he was still able to use his Bankai. Ichigo, I think I understand your Zanpakuto's ability, it's able to manipulate the wind and use it like an extra sword. Rika, incredible, but tell me, are you sure its manipulation is my Zanpakuto's ability? As Rika said that, Ichigo soon feels someone stab him in the back before looking back and sees Rika, but this on was no illusion, it was real, but how could that be? He already figured out her Zanpakuto manipulates the wind, but now he was unsure as she pulls it away. Ichigo, how did you manage this little trick? Rika, sorry, no telling, but judging by your state I believe you're out of time. Ichigo used all his willpower to hold his weapon and prepares for Rika's attack, but she never moves. However, Oraheim quickly used her power and blocks her attack, giving Ichigo the chance to counter, slashing her, which made Rika jump back. Ichigo, looks like your little trick won't work. Rika smiled as Ichigo soon gets slashed across the chest as he falls to his knees as Oraheim runs over to him and tries to heal him, but Rika quickly stops her by hitting Oraheim with the back of her Zanpakuto. Ichigo, Oraheim. Rika, don't worry, she is only asleep, but I do like a good threesome, but not right now. Ichigo gets to his feet and held his weapon and rushed at Rika, catching her with a slash. However, she vanished before appearing behind Ichigo, but he blocks and they continue to counter each other, but Ichigo was at a disadvantage because of his wounds. Rika, now you're fighting like a true warrior of passion. Ichigo, I was given this power to protect my friend and family, but I will not give up until they are safe, that includes FN. Rika, I like you and your passion. Rika sheathes her Zanpakuto as Ichigo finally gives in as his injuries get the best of him, but Rika just stands back as Ichigo stumbles over Oraheim, who wakes up and starts treating his wounds. Ichigo, why do you not attack? We are both unable to fight back, but I can tell you still have some strength left. Rika, I'm the demon of lust, means I enjoy a show of passion, and your passions for this young woman is most enjoyable, never lose that, do you understand? Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo, you're a strange one, but that proves you have a soul of your own. Out of nowhere the sky becomes filled by a crimson light which beams from the tower as Ichigo, Oraheim and Rika look at it. Rika, the master has awakened, your friend is no more, I'm sorry. Ichigo, no, this war is not over just yet, our friend will never give up, but if you're willing, would you aid us in this battle? Rika, help you to save lover boy, how can I say no to such passion? Sure I will. With that, Ichigo, Oraheim and Rika join forces and start heading towards the tower, and they hope to save you before your time was up, but the really battle was only just beginning. Episode 17. Our focus is now shifted to the battle between Mako and Ikako, which was a heated battle. Ikako was battling Mako with every skill he had, but the both of them seemed to be well trained in the art of combat, as Mako shows no fear of Ikako's strikes, which he blocks with his arm as Ikako blocks with his sheath before both are pushed away from each other. Ikako, I have to say you're tougher than I gave you credit for, and that little trick of yours is most impressive. Mako, you also have great skill, but I haven't even used my contract yet. Ikako, then why don't we of Squad 11 love to have a fight to the death? To hold back is shameful. Mako, I see, let me explain then. My contract is one of rage, means the more anger I have the stronger I'll become, but I enjoy a good fight, so I plan to enjoy myself even if I must only use half my strength. Ikako, I believe I understand, even though you're the demon of wrath, you still wish for a battle with someone of equal strength, then let us see which one of us will survive. Ikaku charged at Mako, who also goes in for the attack. As their weapons clash, the force of the impact was enough to shatter the ground below them, but they only continue their fight with neither one having the edge in battle. But there was soon a tip in the battle. However, this was in Mako's favor, as Ikaku's sheath begins to crack before Mako's weapon finally breaks through and cut Ikaku, forcing him to jump back. Ikaku, impressive. You might be just as strong if not strong than my captain. It's clear our level of power is too great. Mako, so you're surrendering? Ikaku, and why would I do that? This only means I have to push myself harder if I want to defeat you. Mako, I see. Then let us both use our full strength. Ikaku and Mako both prepare to unleash their Shurikai as the spirit energy in the air circles, and they both unleash their Zanpakuto. Ikaku extend Hozukamar. Mako consume them with Rage Minazuka. As their weapons change forms, Ikaku rushed in only to soon get stopped by a wall of flames, but he goes round it. However, as soon as Mako noticed him, the flames shield Mako and strike Ikaku, sending him back. Ikaku, I take it that's the power of your Zanpakuto. Mako, yes, its name is Minazuka. It is a weapon of rage, as the flame destroy everything within its space, my shield and sword. Ikaku prepares to attack, but looks at his options with very little to do. His strikes will get blocked, leaving him open for a counter-attack. But he knew the only way to reach the enemy in front of him was to push through as he charged in. Mako, defend me, Minazuka. As the flames form a wall, Ikaku smiled as he thrust Hozukamara forward. But Mako was soon surprised as Ikaku's weapon pushed through and stabs Mako in the gut, which makes the flames attack Ikaku, forcing him back. Minazuka, master, are you alright? I failed to protect you. Mako, no, we never expected there to be someone crazy enough to go through you at the risk of his own weapon, but I am angry now, so let's show him our full power. The flames soon merge with Mako's body as his arms become fire itself as he looked at Ikaku with anger and enjoyment. Mako, you're a crazy soul reaper, but also a good fight. As such, no more defense, only attack. Ikaku, that's the spirit. Ikaku and Mako begin to battle like true warriors. Mako did manage to break Ikaku's weapon, but that didn't stop Ikaku from punching Mako in the face, which he returned as they trade blows before they both get pushed back. Ikaku, you're very strong. As such, I will show you a little secret of mine, so never tell anyone you saw me do this. The wind begins to pick up as Ikaku unleashed his secret weapon, something he would never use. Ikaku Bankai. The air twists as Ikaku's Zanpakuto begins to transform into its Bankai form. Ikaku Ryuman Hozukamar. Mako, I heard rumors of a soul reaper who was not a captain having the power of Bankai, but this makes me even more angry at the fact you would hold this power back. For that, I will turn you to ash. Ikaku spins his Bankai, charging up its destructive power, which Mako allows as he charged up his own power to its max, and soon both of them were at full power before rushing at each other. Ikaku, let's go, Mako, bring it on. They clash in an explosion of pure power and flames, which soon begins to die down as the dust from their attack begin to disappear. As it did, Mako appears with his shirt destroyed, but the same could be said for Ikaku, but there was a difference. Hozukamara had returned to its sword form, meaning Ikaku had lost the battle. Ikaku, it would appear I have been defeated. As the victor of our fight, you have the right to take my life. Mako, no, I may be the demon of wrath, but I never want to kill, at least not if they are strong enough to make me use all my power. As Mako says that, he and Ikaku soon saw the sky fill with the crimson light, which Mako agrees to help him save his friend. In exchange, Ikaku must battle him again, which Ikaku agrees to as they start heading to the tower. Episode 18. As the war between Soul Reapers and demons rages on, both Rika and Mako have decided to aid the Soul Reapers, but the battle between Byakuya and Gino was just starting. Byakuya moved in quick, however Gino's body was like a sponge and just absorbed the blows without even leaving a scratch. Gino, are you done? Byakuya, I must admit I underestimated you. I believed you not to be a fighter because of your appearance, but I now see I was mistaken. Gino, oh no, you're correct, I'm no fight, just a simple demon. My contract makes me able to take all blow an enemy throws at me without any damage, for you see, I am the demon of gluttony. Byakuya only prepares his next move as he holds his Zanpakuto in front of him. Byakuya, lets us see if my sword can fill your hunger. Byakuya scatter Simbin Sakura. As Byakuya unleashed the power of his Zanpakuto, Gino could only watch as the millions of blades surround him like a tornado of cherry blossom petals, but Gino also knew this was his moment to get serious as he pulls his Zanpakuto, but it was as small as a dagger. Gino devour our foes Akito. As Gino unleashed his Zanpakuto, Byakuya makes quick work to call his blades back. As Gino was soon revealed, however, he was now unarmed, but he now had a strangle black orb circling around him. Byakuya, I take it that is your Zanpakuto. Gino, yes, this is my Zanpakuto, Akito. And now that I have woken him up, you're no longer going to touch me. Byakuya, we will see. Byakuya sends his Zanpakuto flying towards Gino as the black orb gets in front of him before opening up and begins to suck up Byakuya's Senbon, forcing him to pull back to save the rest of his sword. Byakuya, I believe I understand your power. You're able to consume other Zanpakutos, which most likely feed your own spirit energy. Gino, well, you're half right, but let me show you. The orb soon opens up again before the consumed parts of Senbon are sent flying at Byakuya, forcing him to block with his own Senbon, but Gino soon sucks up the parts he released. Gino, my Zanpakuto is connected to another space which I can store things and release them as I will, so to make things clear, I can eat you Zanpakuto and use it against you. Byakuya, I see that does make you most troublesome, but nevertheless, as the head of the Kuchiki clan, I will not lose to you. Byakuya begins to use his remaining blades to attack from behind where he believes Gino's had a weak spot, but soon found this to be incorrect as the orb does like it did before, and shoots out the Senbon it swallowed before to block the attack before sucking them back in, but Byakuya tries again, but the orb does the same. However, Byakuya was soon understanding his Zanpakuto's weakness. Byakuya, I will admit you're a tough opponent, but I have seen your Zanpakuto's weakness, and that means the battle is mine. Gino, I had a feeling you would. After all, you are a captain, so tell me what gave it away. Byakuya, your Zanpakuto continues to defend you by shooting out the blades of my Senbon you consumed before instead of simply consuming them as well, which told me you must have a limit to how much your space can hold. Gino, you're correct. My Aikido is a most impressive Zanpakuto. Being able to consume my opponent's own attacks and use them against them is powerful, but the amount it can handle is limited. But since your blade is physical and not energy, I can continue to use them endlessly. Byakuya, that is true, but I believe you're forgetting one important fact. A Soul Reaper can only become a captain once they have achieved another release of their Zanpakuto. Gino looked worried as he knew what Byakuya was talking about, and he knew it was going to be difficult to defend against it. Byakuya, Benkai Senbon Kageyoshi. Byakuya goes on the attack, sending the millions of tiny blades circling around Gino before the blades begin to attack him, and his Zanpakuto was unable to protect him as he was cut by all the blades before Byakuya recalls his blades back, but he was surprised to see Gino still on his feet. Byakuya, I'll give you respect for being able to stand after that, but I believe the fight is over. Gino, oh no, I still have a trick up my sleeve. Gino calls his Zanpakuto to him as he holds it in his hand, and he smiled, which Byakuya noticed as his spirit energy spike, which actually concerned Byakuya. Gino, out of all the demons with sin contracts, I only rank third in power simply because my power is one of true destruction, but I am one of the few who can use a level higher than my Zanpakuto's release.
Bankai.
As Gino says that the orb cracks before shooting into the sky and explodes, but it soon reveals to have changed in something all people fear, for it was now a huge black hole as it begins to suck up everything beneath it, forcing Byakuya to grab hold of a building to prevent being sucked in. Gino, I win, Soul Reaper, and once you're gone I will go and devour your whole group. That girl with dark hair looked tasty. Hearing this, Byakuya found the strength to pull himself to the ground and use his Senbon Kageyoshi to attack, making Gino lose focus on his Bankai as the pull became weaker. Gino, where did that power come from? Byakuya, a simple answer. You dared to stay, you're going to point your blade at my one and only pride. Gino soon decides to stop as his Zanpakuto returns to sword form and falls in front of him, as did Byakuya's Zanpakuto, but Gino smiled. Gino, what a delicious battle. I have to say you sure know how to fight. As a show of respect, I will help you save that friend of yours, and knowing the others, they will most likely be here to join us soon. The sky soon lights up in a bright crimson as the strong spirit energy comes from the tower as Byakuya and Gino head towards it to meet up with the others from both sides. Episode 19. As the battle between the Soul Reapers and the demons continues, Rukia and Jinx were in the middle of their own battle, as Rukia goes for a quick strike. Rukia, I have you. Jinx, why do you have to be so lively? Jinx was quick to block, however Rukia does manage to land a kick to her as she jumps back and rushed in for another attack, but Jinx just blocks her over and over. Jinx, can't you just leave? I'm so tired. Rukia, not until we have rescued our friend who you all took from the world of the living. Jinx, but the master asked for him and you're only being annoying. Jinx soon switched her fighting style by rushing at Rukia without her Zanpakuto and begins pummeling her with knees, kicks, elbows and punches, which knock Rukia back, causing her to drop her Zanpakuto. Rukia, what the hell was that? Jinx, I'm the demon of sloth, means I would rather relax than fight, but that only makes me a better fight because the more relaxed I am then more accurate, so all those strikes were to weak point of your body. Jinx starts walking over to her Zanpakuto and grabs it before turning to look at Rukia, who was on the ground and struggling to stand. Jinx, it seems you already feeling the effect. I struck your legs to limit your ability to stand, and you may feel a little dizzy. That's because I gave your brain a slight tap. It won't last very long, but you won't be able to stand for a little while, so I think it's over. Rukia grabs her Zanpakuto and used it to help her stand, but even though her legs did hurt, it was mostly because of her brain being rattled that standing was so difficult, as it looked like the world was spinning, but she managed to make it to her feet. Rukia, this fight isn't over. Jinx, I really don't see the problem in just being relaxed. Look at me, I have managed to knock you off your feet and limit your ability to stand. Maybe I should strike at your arms and make it impossible to use a sword. Jinx came rushing at Rukia, but as Rukia tries to lift her Zanpakuto, she soon finds herself on the ground thanks to her shaken brain, which made Jinx stop until Rukia gets back to her feet, which made Jinx resume her attack, but as she goes for a slice at the neck, Rukia blocks her and was still on her feet. What surprised Jinx was the fact Rukia had her eyes closed before she jumps away. Jinx, that was a clever mover. By closing your eyes, they can no longer tell if you dizzy or not, allowing you to fight like normal, and by using you other senses you eliminate the threat of being caught off guard. That is clever. Rukia, we Soul Reapers must be ready to deal with all kinds of opponents, but I must admit I was never good at fighting blind, but I will manage. Rukia takes her stance and moved quickly towards her, hoping to make the first move while keeping her eyes closed, but this made her move slower and less accurate, giving Jinx the chance to strike, but Rukia quickly switched to a block before pushing her away. Rukia dance Sodi no Shiryuki. Rukia finally released her Zanpakuto and the air begins to chill around her as Jinx thinks of her next move before rushing at her with the weapon ready to strike, but Rukia takes a stance, and as Jinx watched her prepare for a counter-attack. Rukia some no Mitsukishiro. Rukia does a move which creates a circle around Jinx, which she was quick to action. However, she wasn't quick enough as a pillar of ice forms which traps Jinx's left arm, causing it to freeze before it shatters it, causing her to lose her arm. Jinx, shit, that hurts. Rukia, oh sorry, I just gave you a frostbite. Jinx goes to stand up, but Rukia flash step behind her which forced Jinx to block, but the lose of her arm made her slightly weaker as she struggles to hold Rukia back, who finally opens her eyes as her sense of balance was returned. Rukia, I have one. Jinx, not yet, I still have one trick left. Jinx shoves Rukia back before taking a stance where she holds her Zanpakuto by her side. Jinx, punish them Mizaki. Jinx's weapon soon transforms into a strange gun which Jinx aims at Rukia, who quickly dodged her first shot before taking aim at Rukia again, only this time she lands a shot, and even though it didn't hurt, Rukia was suddenly overcome with pain. Rukia, what did you do? Jinx, my Zanpakuto Mizaki is able to trick my opponent mind into believing that I have hit them multiple times, so right now you must feel like I hit you 10 times, but it is limited since I'm only able to shoot it 6 times before needing to reload, but one hit is enough to deal with you. Rukia tries to move but is unable to as she sees Jinx aim at her head, most likely to end her life right there. And Rukia prepared to accept her end, but it never came, and instead the pain goes away as she looks up and saw Jinx sit next to her. Rukia, what are you doing? Jinx, I'm sitting and waiting for you because I'm lazy, so I am going to stop fighting and in exchange help you get your friend, because maybe once he is gone I will get to rest. Rukia, you're strange, but if you're willing to help I will accept your offer. Jinx helps Rukia to her feet, but as soon as Rukia stood up the sky lights up in a bright crimson glow. And this was it. All the groups knew the final battle was about to begin as each group makes their way to the tower. Episode 20. We now move on to the event leading to the crimson sky as Mina, Yuruchat, Toshiro and Ranjaku reach the top of the tower, where they are soon met by Drake, who stood in their way as they could see you being drained of your spirit energy. Drake, Mina, you have grown up since the last time I saw you, but I must ask you to return to the living world and forget this one. Mina, I know you're the demon of pride, Drake, but you need to understand something, that man is special to me. Drake, I see you have made a strong bond with him, as such I will respect your decision to fight, but no, I will not go easy on you. Mina rushed at him before going to punch him in the face, but he dodged with ease and delivers a nasty knee to her gut, sending her flying into the ceiling, but he soon caught an arrow Yuryu shot, hoping to hit a sneak attack, but it fails as Drake crushed the arrow, showing his strength, and then delivers an elbow to Chad, who was soon sent flying into Yuryu, sending them both crashing into a wall. Ranjaku, Captain, he is stronger than the other demons we have faced before. Toshiro, I know this must mean he is one of the strongest, as such we can't let our guard down. Toshiro and Ranjaku rush in hoping to land a strike, but Drake catches them and kicks Ranjaku in the gut, sending her into the air before slamming Toshiro into the floor. But as Ranjaku falls, Drake jumps up and judo throws her onto Toshiro, cracking the floor before landing on the floor, and the scene was full of destruction. Drake, the level of power you all have is nothing but it. You should all be proud to have died as warriors. Drake was about to walk away until sounds of rubble being shifted caught his ear, and he looks over and sees Mina, Yuri-chat, Toshiro and Ranjika getting up a little beat up, but still able to stand, which made him turn back to them. Mina, we are not done yet. Drake, I can see that, so it seems I will need to defeat you with my Zanpakuto. Mina draws her Zanpakuto as Drake draws his. Toshiro rushed in hoping to leave him open since Drake blocks him, however as Ranjika goes to cut him, Drake sidesteps her, making her miss before knocking Toshiro back with an elbow, but Mina quickly appear behind him and thrust her sword into his back and traveling through his stomach, but Drake seems unfazed by this as he grabs her and tossed her away. Drake, your skills are impressive for one so young, however I have more combat experience, which means I know how to deal with a difficult fight. Drake removes Mina's sword and held it before tossing it back to her, but this shocks everyone as he actually gave his opponent a weapon. Mina, why? Drake, as you said, I'm the demon of pride, and it would be unfair of me to attack when you have no weapon. Now stand. As Mina got to her feet, Drake took a stance ready for her to attack, but he was soon forced to block as Chad rushed in, but he didn't use his sword but his arm and then kicks Chad in the face, sending him into a wall before cutting arrows shot by Yuryu. But even that was countered as Drake rushed in and hit him in the gut with the back of his sword, causing Yuryu to fall to the floor. Mina, tell me something, why do you follow him? Drake, we have a simple wish to live. Since the dawn of time we demons have had to hide from those who wish us harm. The Soul Society also wished for our destruction, but once he came he promised us we could live without fear. That is why we follow him. Mina knew Drake was right. The world of the living has hated demons forever, but she couldn't let the person who raised her die for their wish, because it would be unfair, so she holds her sword towards him and prepare for her attack. Drake, let us see whose goal will win this day, yours or mine? Mina rushed at Drake and they clash blades, causing small sparks as they continue to clash, but Mina had less power, which made her have a disadvantage as Drake was slowly pushing her to the ground with every swing, but Mina refused to fall as she starts to grow stronger as the walls and ceiling begin crack from the force of their strike until Mina dodged and swings up, slashing Drake across the chest, but he was quick to knee her back. Drake, you have improved. Not only is your power getting closer to mine, but you're also able to land a strike. I must admit you make me proud and hope you're still willing to continue. Mina, Drake, you also make me proud to see the demons have a chance at a better life, but this battle must end. Drake and Mina both prepare to deliver a lethal blow to each other, however as they got within an inch of each other a strong spirit wave blasted them away as they look at the crystal, which glows brighter as your now lifeless body falls to the ground until the crystal cracks and explodes and emits a bright crimson light, which soon begins to die down as a person appears and walks over to you. I'm finally awake, all thanks to you, but now I'm done with you. The mystery person picks you up as the others arrive at the top of the tower, and soon see the mystery person toss your lifeless body out the window, shattering the glass as it falls into the deep black abyss below. Drake, master, you're awake, finally our wish can come true. Oh yes, your wish, don't worry, I will make it come true, but first. The mystery person lifts Gino, Jinx, Rika and Mako up in the air as they looked like they were being choked, which confused Drake. Drake, what are you doing? Punishment, these four have betrayed the demons and now must be destroyed. Drake knew that they had changed sides, but he could never agree with killing them, so he attacks the mystery person, who dodged with ease as his friends were released and allowed to breath, but this only made the mystery person angry that his most loyal servant would also betray him. For that you will pay with your life, but I must first deal with the Soul Society. The mystery person soon rips open a huge tear in the dimensions as the Soul Society could be seen on the other side, with many of the Soul Reapers seeing the mystery person float through the, followed by hundreds of demons ready for war. Episode 21. After reaching the demon world, Mina and her group ran into strong demons who have contracts to the sins, but even though they had made it there, it was all for nothing as the leader of the demons had finally awakened before launching his attack on the Soul Society. Ranjika, did we just lose? Mina, no, we still have a chance to save your world. I will make him pay for what he just did. Mina gets chasing after the mystery person, following the demons flowing into the Soul Society, soon followed by her team as the other demons soon follow. Drake, we will aid you in this. After all, he has just dealt us his enemy. Toshiro, while I might not trust you, I will admit we need all the help we can get. Let's all go. The group split up, taking on the demons that follow the mystery person as the Soul Reapers soon join the battle. To Mako. Mako was dealing with demons left and right before feeling a strong spiritual pressure, and goes to check it out, and he sees a man with long but pointy hair, and he has an eye patch plus a captain's uniform as well. Mako, I take it you're a captain? That's right, and it looks like you're a strong opponent. Why don't you come and fight me? Mako, no thanks, just helping out, after all we have a common enemy. Mako was soon caught off guard by this strange captain as he rushed in and swings at him, forcing Mako to dodge while drawing his Zanpakuto in order to defend himself from this person. Mako, hey motherfucker, didn't you hear me? I'm an ally. So what if you're strong? I want to fight, and besides I can tell you're a warrior based on your action to dodge and make quick work to draw your weapon, so come on, let's see who is stronger. Mako, what kind of monster are you? Kenpachi, the name is Kenpachi Zaraki, and I'm the captain of Squad 11. Mako, hold on, Squad 11, that must mean you're Ikaka's captain. Kenpachi, so you know Ikaka, that means you're a strong opponent if you beat him, come on, let fight. Mako knew this was going to be a pain in the ass, but he decides to battle with Kenpachi, since he wouldn't listen as demons swarm the Soul Society. To Yuryu, Chad, and Oriheim. As they ran through the Soul Society, many demons swarm around them, but because of their expertise these seem like nothing, but the endless numbers do start to become too much. Yuryu, we need to fall back, there is too many of them. Yuryu was too focused on the demons in front of him that he didn't notice the one sneaking up behind him until Chad warns him, but it was too late. However, someone falls from the sky and kills them, only for them to see it was Rika. Oriheim, Rika, why are you here? Rika, easy, I go wherever I can feel some passion, and you three are full of it, so come on friends, let's feel that passion together. Rika soon began to cut down many more demons as Yuryu, Chad, and Oriheim provide support as they try to push forward, but at the same time all of the others were running into their own problems and allies as Mina rushed towards the mystery man, who was more focused on a single place before he blasts inside and enters. This place is so empty. Genryuci, it might seem that way to you, child, but this is where the most important meetings happen. You do well to remember that. Ahead, Captain Genryuci Yamamoto, I would say it's a pleasure, but I don't really care because you're about to die, old man. Mina, hold it. Mina arrives soon, followed by Ichigo and Drake, who have already drawn their weapons as the mystery man turns to them. You three are nothing to me, so tell me why you would wish to die so young. Ichigo, we are not going to die, but you are, after all. Unless we stop you, then the Soul Society and the world of the living are going to be destroyed. Drake, I am simply trying to stop you from killing my people with this stupid war. I knew of your hatred for the Soul Reapers, but this is too far. Mina, that is why we are here, to defend the Soul Society and stop a senseless war. How stupid this war is needed. You see, if we destroy the Soul Society, your people can be left in peace, and as a god I have this right. Mina rushed in, hoping to make a scratch on him, but a strange energy surrounds her, making her unable to move before he flicks her forehead, which sends her flying into a pillar as the incredible strength shocks Ichigo and Drake, who both charge in, but their weapons are caught, and soon they are tossed into the ground that the floor shakes. What fools, but what did I expect from mortals? Genryuci, they might be fools, but they have heart unlike you. Once you're gone, I can turn my focus to the world of the living and finally achieve my goal. The mystery man goes to attack Genryuci, however Mina rushed over and stands in his way, but she was at her limit as she was bleeding from her head, and was just about able to stand as the mystery man smiled before charging a beam to destroy her and Genryuci. Now be gone. As he was about to fire, someone grabs his wrist and points it upward, sending the beam crashing through the roof, which made everyone look and see a black beam going into the sky before it disappears. You always did seem to refuse to die, even back then. Mina looks at the person holding the mystery man by the wrist as her eyes widen in shock to see the person was you, but you seem different as your hair was now white, and your 1cc had now become red as she watched you toss the mystery person into a nearby wall. Me, I have been waiting so long to pay you back for what you did back then. I'm not the only guilty party, you're also to blame. After all, had you been stronger, she might not have died. Me, and who traded her life for power because he was afraid of death. I may have once had a fear of death, but no longer. I control death and life. All the power is because of the sacrifices I made, and she understood that. Me, she wanted to live, but you took that away, and I will not let her death be for nothing, as I plan to kill you here. And now, so prepare for our final fight. Me, Azura, episode 22. In the last chapter, Azura had began his assault on the Soul Society, but just as he was about to kill Mina, you appear and stop him as the face-off between you two was about to begin. But to understand how all this came to be, a look at the past is needed. Your past. After the death of your friend, you began hunting the demon responsible, which was about to come to an end, as you had got a tip that a strange person had been seen in a house not far from the palace, so you had to check it out. Me, anyone here, please don't hurt me. Me, are you the demon from the lab? Kizu, yes, but I didn't kill anyone. My name is Kizu. As I step into the building keeping my guard up, I also look for him as I soon hear a slight creaking sound come from upstairs as I head up where I see he's standing by a window as I hold my Zanpakuto up towards him. Me, you better explain because I'm in no mood for lies now. Explain. Kizu, after I woke I found myself strapped to a table as this man was taking some of my blood, saying he could improve the world with this resource. Me, that man was my friend and he died in a fire which was caused by you. Only thing I don't get is why. Kizu steps into the light and I see he had large cuts on his body as he sat down in front of me as I remained standing should he attack. Kizu, I was used to further his goal, but I soon heard him say the Soul Society needs an evolution, so I made an escape. However, I did try to destroy the research he did on me as to stop his plan, but then things just got out of hand. Me, you said evolution. What kind of evolution? Kizu, I'm not sure, but it does have a name, Project God. As I thought a little, everything he was saying actually fit with what Azura was aiming for, but things just don't add up. Me, tell me something. How come you still seem worried when he is dead? Kizu, because he isn't remember the other demon well. He managed to make it into a puppet ND during my escape. He switched so it would appear he died. Me, what does he need to finish this Project God? Kizu, the first part is a place in which he could draw in large amounts of spirit energy. Second is the spirit energy of someone who has a deep bond with him, and finally just time. I believe the demon world would provide the first and last parts, but I don't know how he would achieve the second part. I suddenly think as I remember how he was becoming a little more distant towards Suki as you sheath your sword and start running as Kizu follows you believing he could help. Kizu, allow me to aid you in this mission. Me, fine. As we make our way to the palace I soon see fires like there had been an attack, so I pick up the pace as did Kizu before we rush past the already fallen guards as we make our way to the lab, but as we got there I see Suki on the floor and rush over to her. Me, Suki, hey, come on, open your eyes. Azura, it's pointless, her spirit energy is no longer with her. But I'm glad you could come, my friend. Me, Azura, do you know what you've done? Azura, yes, I have started my evolution and soon you will as too. Come, we have work to do. I draw my Zanpakuto and rush at Azura full of rage as he blocks me with his sword, but I soon hit him with a punch sending him into a wall, but this did very little. Azura, why stand with these weak people? They offer no real evolution, but we both can push our power beyond the mortal limits, and yet you still resist. Me, because I believe in people. We make mistakes and that can cost us, but they also help us learn, but you just use people to achieve your own goals. Me, and even Suki, now as a royal guard I have a duty to defend the Soul Society even from one of its own. Azura, such a shame. As I was about to step toward Azura, cuts explode from my body sending blood everywhere as I soon fall to the ground as my life slips away. I watch as Azura makes a portal, and as it feels like time was slowing down I force my body to stand as the pain screams for me to stop, but I keep going until I'm on my feet. Me, Azura, Azura, ha. Azura turns round just as I run my weapon through him, seeing the blood run onto my blade as he stumbles back and into the portal before my body finally quits on me. And I fall to the ground, but Kizu came to me and turns me onto my back as I feel myself become cold. Kizu, I can help you, but it would cost you. Me, do it because I don't believe Azura is dead yet. Kizu starts to perform some kind of ritual as my body begins to heal, and I notice Kizu's was starting to fade before a beam of light covers us, and after a few seconds I wake up and see that Kizu was gone until I hear his voice, and I look round only to be told we had now become one as the royal guards surround me before the Spirit King arrives, and I explain everything. Spirit King, I see, but I'm afraid someone must be punished for this, so I hereby banish you from the Soul Society, but as a thank you for your work in defending it, I will allow you to keep your spirit energy. Me, thank you. Before I go, may I ask one last favor? The Spirit King looked at me confused as I made my request, which he granted. Before I take my leave the Soul Society for the very last time as I set out to deal with Azura once and for all. Episode 23, back to the present. I stood looking at Azura, seeing the monster he has become as I take a step forward only to soon appear in front of him within the blink of an eye, which shocked everyone, but Azura just smiled. Azura, it seems you have also gave up your humanity for a new power. Tell me, how does it feel to let that inner demon out? Me, I'm not like you, Azura. I chose to become like this in order to stop you, but you became this because of your fear of death. Azura and I trade a fast blow which shook the Soul Society as walls crack and crumble under the impact as we begin to do a rush of punches leading to endless shaking before we finally back away from each other. Azura, I will give you credit for a newly awakened demon. Your speed and power are equal to my own, but I believe my Zanpakuto will offer me the edge in this battle. I watched as Azura pulls out his Zanpakuto and rushed at me as I also draw my Zanpakuto, which leads to a clash of steel making sparks fly as I soon look back with my eyes as I block his attack, which Azura attempted from behind, but I was quick to block. Azura and I both continue fighting as the world shook under the force of our clashes, but Azura was just about to take things to the next level, as he released his Zanpakuto into its Shurkai state. Azura drink their blood, Vlad. Azura's Zanpakuto became a bright red blade as I also released my Zanpakuto into its Shurkai form, and we start our fighting again, but I was soon forced to block multiple strikes all at once as Azura's Zanpakuto ability allows him to create a blood clone of those it has killed hollows, Soul Reapers, and even Suki, as I soon see her stand next to him as Azura just smiled. Azura, look, the three of us are back together just like the old days. Me, you are a disgraceful person to use the dead to do your fighting. Azura and Suki rush at me, but I block them and knock them both away as I look at my Zanpakuto and wonder if now was the time, but I was still a little unsure because it was my last resort, but to defeat Azura I have to use everything I have, so I close my eyes and speak with Ryu. Me, Ryu, are you ready? Ryu, you have been a great master. I wish I could stay with you, but I know that this is how it will end, and I'm glad we got to see the world. Farewell, master. After I open my eyes, I look straight at Azura and Suki before holding Ryu one last time as I pour all my spirit energy into my weapon and unleash its final form. Mishukai. My spirit energy explodes out as flames surround my hands and feet, before I sprout a tail before I finally had the ultimate power of any Soul Reaper, but this will cost me. Me Sunwuri. Azura, so that is the legendary Shukai. It's most impressive, but it also comes at a prices. Me, I'm aware, but even so the price is nothing to all the damage you will do should I fail, and as such I will not allow you to take another breath. Azura and I rush at each other, but I have no sword, only my fists. As Azura swings his blade, I thrust my fist towards his blade, and what shocked was not the fact that I had not a scratch from it, but the fact that I had actually cracked his Zanpakuto. Azura, so that power of yours is able to increase your basic abilities like strength and defense, but it also looks like you're not able to hold that power for much longer, maybe an hour, so let's see you take the full power of my godly power without a sword. Me, who said I didn't have a sword? Azura's face had a look of surprise as a sword appears in my hand, but he was soon full of fear as he knew the weapon in my hand, as it was the weapon that belonged to his sister Suki, her Zanpakuto. Azura, how do you have that? Me, before my banishment I made a single request to have a Suki Zanpakuto transferred to me, and I am finally using it. This is her vengeance. I take a stance as I burst my spirit energy, putting everything I have into this single strike as Azura does the same, and we both release our attacks, but my spirit energy was stronger and breaks through, slashing him in half, which leads to his body breaking apart, and the war was over as I float down and stand before Genryuci and shake his hand as me and the other demons leave to the world of the living. World of the living? Ichigo, so what will you do now? Me, keep moving forward. The demons need a new leader, and Mina is still not ready to lead, so I will lead them until then. Ichigo, you're always welcome back here. After all, you're our friend. Me, thank you, Ichigo. After our talk I start to float away with the other demons back to the demon world as I look back and smile before the rift closed and I look at the remains of the demon word. Mina, so are you ready for the changes to come? Me, I'm ready to start the next phase of my journey. I'm no longer a warrior but a teacher. And you, Mina, will learn to be the queen of demons, but until then I will lead them. Mina, thank you, my king. Mina gave me a peck on the cheek before flying off to help the other demons rebuild. The future was looking bright as I also start helping rebuild. The end.